So last time we got back to Summer Spire, and we found out that the city was under attack by those Myconids and even more shadier groups of people that were burning books and knowledge. We went into the local inn where I don't remember the name of the guy. Could
Vic.
you? Yeah. Vic kind of said that he was like holding the resistance with a bunch of like hired mercenaries, and basically just laid out a map and just told us about the problems in the region of like the central region of Zendril. We also kind of just boosted the Ron to save some books,
That was so funny.
and we got cool spells out of it. And then we proceeded to go towards Suncoast because like there were some disappearances in a nearby forest. We stopped in a town along the way where the Duchess kind of was riding up the people with like encouraging speeches, and then she spotted Aaron and recognized him, and she basically just warned us about who he was, and he just kind of spilled the beans, and we were like, "Oh shit, are you okay?" And that's about it.
Yeah, that is all it. You are now in Ironhold in the town square. You can see the people are sort of leaving the town square itself after the end of this speech. Nothing's really keeping them there. You can see from your position a couple things. You can see near you is a general shop, but it doesn't really look like the lights are on. Farther on, still within the town itself, you can see uh, a building that is still alight amongst the dark windows. There's a sign outside jutting out into the street that reads "The Golden Eagle." Above these words is an inscription of a golden eagle with its talons grabbing a branch. You can assume this to be a tavern. But that's really all you can see at the minute from where you are.
All right.
Time of day is it?
That's a funny question.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good one.
Okay. New question.
Hmm.
Do any of us feel particularly tired from lack of sleep?
I'll say roll a Constitution check.
Oh
All of
boy.
us?
No, I'll just say since Ron, since you're the one inquiring, you roll the Constitution check.
I have a question.
15.
Actually.
13? Don't you mean 15?
15.
15. Okay. Cool. So on a 15, you would know. You cannot see stars. No. It's just pure black when you look up. On a 15, you know you don't really feel tired, and more to that point, you feel honestly kind of like you still have a bit of energy left inside of you. It feels like how you would feel at like maybe like a midday point.
Okay.
At least body wise. But that's what you can tell.
Ron is gonna kind of like clap his hands together and look at everyone and be like, "Well, this spot has been kind of a it's been a nice spot, but we have some jobs to do. So how about we get up on out of here?"
The quicker we get to Suncoast, the sooner we can emancipate those in the hills.
Yeah, if you're not feeling too tired, then we don't need anything. We might just go. Do you guys need to stock up on something?
your pocket flies open, and Sequoia starts ranting about a list of like scrinkly bits and bobs and pieces that she wants to see if she can find.
Right. Do you want to go to the general store so we can try to find them?
I think that would be a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I
Guess
mean,
we'll
I
head
don't
there.
think we need a specialized store, but maybe.
All right, so you guys are going to head over to the general shop.
Christian Clairvoyance, yeah.
But as we do this, I'm going to actually ask Ron something. She kind of goes, clambers up on Victor's shoulder, and she kind of calls out to Ron. And she asks,
So, I was thinking, what sort of figurehead should we put on the boat?
Ron turns his head to see you on his shoulder, and he just goes, "Get off."
I mean, really, if you think about it, the most important thing of a boat is the figurehead. Because if you don't have like a good figurehead, then people won't be able to.
He grabs you.
and she just continues going. She's kind of just hanging there. How are you grabbing her?
Literally just reaching up with his hand and grabbing you like around the waist, and then just like setting you back down on the floor.
As she's starting to put it back down on the floor, it's like,
Because see, I was thinking maybe we get some sort of an
and then she gives you a thumbs up, and then the Sequoia just and puts her back onto Victor's shoulder. Let's see.
Okay, back. Ron will say. Figurehead. I was thinking that we just buy whatever the cheapest boat is.
The
We
cheapest
can-
bow. Okay, here's both. Okay.
And she nods, and she's like,
I think that can be arranged.
and she kind of turns to Victor. She's like,
Okay, I think I knew what I need to get.
All right, let's get going.
the main thing that I just want to get for that Baku is just like a bunch of scrunkly little little like, see if they have like cured leather and just steel to use for crafting, that sort of stuff. Just very
All right.
basic things.
I'll say you guys walk over to this general shop, and I'll just ask real quickly before you guys do this. Is anyone else doing anything?
After that one thing, yeah.
Unless we need rations of sorts. No.
No.
Is this a port town?
This is not a port town. It seems to be in sort of on a field or meadow.
Yeah.
Damn it.
We're not port yet.
No. Suncoast would be the closest port town, but that's still a good 3 or 4 days out.
I definitely don't know this because I made them up.
Silence. I didn't even put Ironhold on the map. You can't know this.
It would be a shame if I put my own plot detail. No.
So no, this is not a port town.
It would be a shame if I rewrote the fabric of reality.
Yeah, roll for slurs.
This is the best thing that's come out of our group.
Assume me canon in this world.
You do not realize the power I possess.
Okay, so if no one else is doing anything, then I'll say Sequoia and Victor, are you both going to the general shop, or is it just Sequoia?
I am going, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys both head towards it. You get to the front of it. It's just sort of this, what looks to be basically the same as the buildings around it. It looks like a house, or like an apartment kind of, that was turned into or sort of modified into a general shop. You can see where there are sort of smaller windows on the outside of other buildings. There's just one large sort of window at the front of this, where you can peer inside, and you can see on the inside of the windowsill to your left that there is a placard that says, "Be back after Lady Anna's announcement." And again, it appears that there are no lights inside, and there isn't any movement.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. I think we got them at a bad time.
I thought they would be back by now. Hello? Anybody home yet?
You do not get a response.
Can I Sequoia is just going to ask Victor to get a little bit closer to the door.
All right.
Is it a little bit lower? And a little bit to my left and a bit to the right. Perfect.
And she goes to her tool belt
Mm-hmm.
and she'll like try hanging on the doorknob or the lid to try to like open it.
You're gonna try to open the doorknob with. Okay, it's locked. It
Oh
appears
well,
that the door is locked.
that's fine. That's fine. We have alternative solutions to these
Oh no.
scrunkly little these scrunkly little problems.
So you're making a
Yes.
thieves tools checks? A thieves tools
Yeah.
check?
Yeah, she's going to take out a pick and then just kind of try to get to work on it.
Okay, well, unfortunately, on a 7, that does not pass. The lock, well,
What
somewhat.
about on a scrunkly little? What about on a 10?
Unfortunately, it still does not pass. You
Okay,
see.
I kinda moved back and said, "It's Sequoia that is breaking and entering."
And she's kind of hanging from it, and as she moved back, she kind of like falls down, and like the tension wrench that she was holding to keep it into place is kind of what she's using to keep herself in place. She looks over at you, she's like,
Hey, I almost had it.
and she kind of looks over, she's like,
Hey, I'm not breaking anything. I'm being very careful to make sure that I don't leave any damage to the lock. See, the most important part here is,
and she takes out like a steel pad underneath, and she starts like ranting about like zinc alloys.
I'll say you can try to make the check again, but due to your fucking up of the lock, it'll be at a higher DC.
Yeah, no, she's very aware that the most important thing here is to make sure that it doesn't get damaged. So,
Mhm.
All right. Well, if you promise that you won't get damaged, here, let me give you a help, and I will inspire you.
wholesome. All right, let's see. Let's
You
see how this
take
goes the second
painting of
time.
like
You,
breaking.
no, you get like my mage hand is like helping you. a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's like keeping her in place.
Yes.
Lovely. Let's see how this goes. Dexterity. Click. No.
No, once again, that fails. You have now lost 2 lockpicks to this thing.
and she's like, no, my comb rake.
As this happens, you see a sort of youngish human man, sort of walking down the streets, sort of
She's
going
going to like
through
start
a
like fixing her lockpicks, by the way.
go. Yeah, sure, totally. He seems to be going through a ring of keys, and he looks up at you two. What are you doing?
Oh, I was just trying to buy some things.
Did you not read the sign?
Kind of looks over, and she's like,
Well, yeah, but there's no storekeeper.
Yeah, there was an announcement.
Yeah, but it's after the
All right,
announcement, so...
Please move over. You see, sort of, he pushes past you guys and it unlocks the door. Will you give me a few minutes to set up?
Sure. Terribly sorry for the inconvenience, sir.
It's all right. It's been a strange few weeks. And you see he enters, closes the door, and you guys just sort of wait outside for a few minutes as you see a stray light turn on, then another. Then it seems you hear some clutter of like items being taken out until you hear the door open, and this sort of human man. You can see sort of pale complexion, straight, short brown hair. Not exactly intimidating. More of a diminutive stature, but still present. Sort of opens the door and says, "You can come in now."
All
right.
Yes,
Sequoia like looks
pick up
over at Victor.
Sequoia.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me
I will whisper to Sequoia. Okay, stay put. Okay.
She nods.
Switch it over. And you enter, and you see a lot of different sort of things, from like rations to like burlap sacks full of like what you can assume to be sort of ingredients. You can see like like ball bearings, lanterns, things like that. All of that for sale. As the man just sort of returns to behind the counter and says, "So, what are you looking for?"
I guess I'll go to the counter like carefully and try not to like hit anything because this store seems a little clustered.
Yes,
And
that is a fair assumption to make.
yeah, I'll just I guess place Sequoia on the counter and say, "Go ahead."
All right. She's immediately gonna run over to check out the ball bearings.
Of course. You look at them. They seem to be, I mean, very standard by all accounts. They're steel, not very special at all. They're probably, I don't know, like if you were to put them in a cube, they would be about like an inch by an inch, I guess.
Oh, that is so many ball bearings.
Yeah, there's about like probably 500 in this sort of like glass sort of case.
Sequoia's going
showing
to
them
like
off.
look at it, and she's just going to go.
I'll take your entire stock.
All of the ball bearings?
She nods.
Let me just check ball bearing price, if you
Just
guys
kinda-
don't mind.
Scratch my head and say to Sequoia, "Do you really need this?"
And she goes. She looks back and she's like,
No, but I mean, look at how smooth they are.
So you're impulse buying.
I suppose
What
if
do you
you want all of them, it'll be... We'll call it 5 silver?
she looks over at Victor.
Please,
Oh,
can
am
I
I
get
s-
it, please?
She's just like large eyes, like looking up at you.
The bottom eyes.
This better be worth it. I'll just
I'll make my bed 3 times a day, please, 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 please.
I'll give him my last gold and get like 5 silver in exchange.
She's also
Yes,
going to just
he
look for like
gives you
cured
exact
leather and
change.
stuff.
Yeah, cured leather, it's easy to find that as well. You can find some, I don't know, stocks of it. I don't really know.
Yeah, cured leather, just a bunch of silver scraps, ingots. Just we said that the party had like 50 or so gold from the last quest, I believe.
Yeah, we had a 15 unsplit gold.
Yeah, 50 unsplit golds. Would the party protest enormously to me just spending 5 gold on materials right now?
Yes.
No,
I
Great.
do not. I've
No,
kind of
I
become
don't
quite
mind.
disillusioned to money, but yeah, kind of. I'd be a bit on the
Okay,
fence.
lovely. So I'm
Would
just gonna
also
like
use money
mark
if
down
you
just
get
like
it.
5 of those
I
unsplit
haven't
golds.
used money
Maybe Sequoia stole some of her money, guys. It's
The
fine.
pain.
I'm like,
And, Joe, you want a lot more than 5 gold for your goal.
Trust me,
It's
Joe.
fine.
This
Every
will be
gold matters.
Joe.
Spoken like a true
I'm turning the
capitalist.
gold into assets. I'm turning them into assets, Joe.
We don't need that many ball bearings.
Joe, when you think about it, she's voting with her dollar. It's incredibly
true.
based. And
It's
she's
true.
supporting
Also,
small businesses.
Exactly.
Mega corporations are always better.
True.
Ship
Uh,
family.
when you
Alright.
pick all of that stuff, I'm like, hey,
Yeah,
I
just
can't
she's
pay
just
for all
piling
of that.
everything up.
So I will ask, what exactly are
Yeah.
you looking for, and how much are you willing to pay for each of it?
She's mostly just looking for like just like some nice ingots, iron or steel or whatever may be around.
Sure.
Just like some nice sturdy leather. And in terms of like, she's not gonna look for like skrunkly mushrooms or things, but just
Right, of
stuff that
course.
is kind of harder to get your hands on out to the wilds. Also rings if he has any.
Yeah. So I'll say you don't find any rings. You are able to find some smaller sort of steel ingots, but each one goes for about 5 silver. So how many steel ingots are you gonna get?
She's kind of going over it, and she's like, 5 silver a good price. I don't know if 5 silver is a good price. She kind of looks over at Victor, and she's like, can we have like 6 of these?
Can I look at like how they are made? Are they good quality?
I'll say make an investigation check.
Sure.
With pleasure.
Sorry. This is where I argue.
It's hard to tell. I mean, they're behind a glass case,
Okay.
and it's not exactly the best lit. You'd have to like take them out, feel them in your hands, and even then, you're no, like mineral
Smith.
expert.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
You're not Hank
best
Trader.
estimation, they aren't like they're pretty much standard. They're not too special in any regard.
Right.
Yeah. So you get 6 iron ingots or steel ingots.
Yeah, 6 of the scrunkly little steel ingots. And however much money worth of like leather she can get her hands on.
Okay, I'll also say if you're looking for weirder things, you are able to
Yep.
find some sort of rarer flowers in like a sort of corner here. I mean, this sort of hamlet's place as inside of a meadow definitely makes flower foraging a lot easier, but you can see a couple of these flowers could be used for medicinal or sort of apothecary purposes.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Apothecary purposes. Very important, very important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's going to go make a mental note of those and just kind of go like, do you think Strelladar would like those?
Probably actually. It seems like the stuff that you would like to experiment with, or at least study.
Could I see what sort of flowers we're looking at here?
Yeah, make a nature check.
Would my herbalism proficiency work for that instead?
Is that a kit?
Yeah, herbalism kit.
I'd say no, because you're not exactly. You can't really get your hands on it and like work with it.
Cool. That's a 19.
19 on a 19, you can see a couple of these. Most of it is pretty, but sort of ornamental. A couple of these seem to be medicinal. You can see 2 specific sort of types of flowers. One with a sort of like almost looks like a daisy, but like the petals are purple. That one to have sort of minor medicinal effect. And then one of them you see a sort of stockier, smaller than the rest, has this sort of like almost like thorny stalk, and like a, I don't know how to describe it other than like bell sprouts.
Yep.
It has that as its sort of like head, pretty much. But this sort of like orange color to it, orange tinge. That one to have a poisonous effect.
Interesting. Poisonous and a medicinal one as well. Cool.
Yes.
I'll keep it in mind.
All right. And with your findings for leather, you're able to get sort of like 10 like 5-inch pieces of leather, I guess, like 5-inch sort of square pockets of leather for like about like 1 silver. It's not very expensive.
Nice. Okay, so that is a total of about 3.5 gold. That's not that bad.
Sorry, what?
It's not that bad, Ron.
The sound of salty seething in the background.
6 of those ingots for 5 silver is like 3 gold, and then another half for that. Okay, so that's about 4 gold with the ball bearings on top. Okay,
All right.
cool. No, I got what I needed.
Nice.
I got my little scrunkles, and as it's kind of being wrapped up, she's kind of gonna look over like, can I have a bag with that?
A bag. You can take one of the empty sacks. He sort of points to like a burlap sack that seems to be recently emptied.
She's gonna look over at Victor and just go, I don't have bubbles here. Otherwise, I would have,
Oh,
you help?
right.
Yeah.
With my big 7 strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Galadar is stronger than you?
And then she hops on your
The
shoulder.
geriatric is
Yeah.
stronger than you.
It's that elderly strength.
That elderly Riz.
It's only a 9.
No, no, the ultimate fear of Straladar is like a stairway.
Dude, no, we have. Oh my god, we have someone with a 7, we have someone with a 6, and we have someone with a 5.
I have a 10.
Beautiful.
I have a 4. I'm the strongest one! Wait, what's yours, Ron?
Oh, mine's 16.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Ooh.
So yeah, I will carry all the stuff plus Sequoia slowly outside.
You notice
Sequoia is not that hefty.
you notice the shopkeep sort of gesture and like almost go to help you, but just sort of like stays back and lets you do your own thing.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. I will let my agent carry Sequoia. At least it's one less weight.
Right,
She's
right.
gonna, yeah, she's greatly enjoying that. She's kind of kicking her legs as you're like walking. You can see that she's like got her goggles on and she's like, you know, fucking going through like pieces, tiny pieces of paper. She's like striking that stuff down. If you would look closer, it's like a very tiny to-do list. It's like a little scroll, basically.
Beat wet as I see the fucking scroll. Oh no.
Hey, we can go back to the others for now. I think that's all I need from here.
Yeah, awesome. Right, let's go. Let's get back.
All right, yeah, you guys head back to the. I imagine you guys all stuck around the town square.
Yeah.
All right. So then, yeah, you guys would see Victor and Sequoia return, carrying some items.
Once we get into near the party, Sequoia, which was like kind of hanging around Aaron, will like and kind of stop in front of Victor and then just like grab the bag from him.
Thank you. Oh.
It's had bubbles.
Ron's gonna say, I've changed my mind. Ram's head. That's a good figurehead.
A ram's
ram.
head? Oh. Interesting.
A ram at
Is it-
sea. That's interesting.
Is it as symbolic? I've
No,
heard stories
I'm
of
just
the rams representing.
I'm just tired of seeing so many mermaids. That's it.
Maybe one day it might be seen as a vessel of the pirate king, in the form of whatever maritime joy we.
I was thinking about just a triangle, you know, for like the figurehead.
Triangle would be
No.
a terrible design.
It
Like
would be
ram hats are
absolutely
basically a lot of
horrendous.
triangles.
No,
Would it be?
no, they're not.
Why are we worrying
I
about
mean-
the design of such a thing?
I mean, it's
Should we
important.
not focus on the material, on the more what it represents?
Well, a material is a key component of the design itself. See, when working with different type of paints and oils, you need to choose. And I will go off.
Oh,
Sequoia's
Aaron's
turn.
taking notes.
I was listening and like nodding along.
I wanna
As you're
say,
saying this, Sequoia stole one of your pens again, and she's just like.
can I have Aaron look at you and ask you, Victor?
Yeah.
You're a painter.
Yes, sort of.
What art are you? Do you have a speciality?
Well, yes, technically, I love painting and usually just I paint on canvases with oils and watercolors. But it's been a while since I've told you the weird ongoing as they call it art block.
Yes.
And I haven't been able to paint much for about almost 2 years now.
I always found with colors they got in the way. I prepared a world of black and whites, one which was simple and beautiful.
I never really bothered with the colors too much myself. I mean, first I want the thing to work, and then you got to build a prototype, and then the prototype needs to have an archetype, and then the archetype needs to become an avatar. It's really just, it's more about the functionality, you know?
I think what he's trying to say is that sometimes designing something black and white could be nice and easier, but sometimes adding a bit of color makes it just a little, fancier, and sometimes has a little more meaning behind it.
She looks
the
over
most
at us
important
grumpy.
thing about art the interpretation?
When I drew, I never had a meaning in for it. I looked at the lands around me, the hills, the forests, the scenery, and it was just what I wanted to draw.
In my experience, you don't always draw for a purpose. Sometimes you just want to draw something, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Everything ends up having a purpose. No matter how far away in the future it is.
Okay, narrowing that one down. Everything always has a purpose.
And if you think about it, it can even be repurposed.
It's a little harder with some paintings, but sure.
Multiple purposes.
I've never really gotten too deep into painting.
Similarly, I was more of a pencil sketcher.
Yes, particularly as of late, I just cannot go past the sketching phase, which is sort of weird because when I use this and I show the magical paintbrush that I use for my spellcastings, it just kind of works.
She's going to like look over at the paintbrush and she's going to like immediately inspect it, you know, like she's on top of your hand. She's literally on top of your hand as she's kind of like looking this thing over.
Hey, careful.
I just want to take a look.
And she's like gonna pop down her goggles and to just like stare at it with her magical detection goggles.
I guess you will see that is basically a spellcasting focus.
Something malicious is brewing.
I thought those needed to be gems. Interesting.
She kind of props up her goggles, satisfied.
But anyways, shall we head out, or do we need to do some other stuff in Ironhold?
I would prefer to make haste.
I currently have no other needs in this place.
Yeah, I mean, you have done already a great favor last time at the people of this place.
Baku, was there anyone in particular that we were looking to see here?
No, I mean, I believe you guys entered just because you saw, Victor, you had your eagle fly overhead, or owl.
My own, yeah.
So there isn't anyone else you know about here, if that answers your question.
Okie dokes. Nope, I have nothing to do here.
Sure. Let's get back to the cart.
All right, you guys get back to the cart. Now remind me, who is going to be driving it, or who's going to be sort of directing the horses?
I call shotgun.
Whoever is doing it is basically going to have to deal with a like shoulder sequoia for the ride. I mean, basically anyone can do it. We're ratatouilleing this thing.
If nobody else is
My animal
doing
handling
it, they
might be able to help.
can. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Streladar and Sequoia are riding. This works.
All right. In that case, Streladar, I'll say, yeah, since you can make an animal handling check.
Can I help him?
I'd say probably not, because this is druid stuff more than
Streladar
actually
needs no help.
driving.
Fine. Drowdon knows his shit.
What did you roll?
Oh yes, 20. But he does know his shit.
Yeah, he does.
He's
go.
not actually riding the horses, he's just like druiding them.
Yeah,
He does not drive. He
in a
druids.
moment of connection, you look into the horse's eyes before you get on the wagon, and you do feel a connection and an understanding between you and these creatures. And as you sort of get onto the sort of driver's seat, the horses just start moving. You don't need to direct them, but they seem to know where you want them to go.
Lovely stuff.
This is why I turned into a horse earlier. Your outer actions need to be with your inner actions as well.
Stralada said far, and they said how far.
Baku,
Mm-hmm.
as we travel, I would like to pen down a letter to my parents asking if they are doing well in Isle Renanor,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I will send it over on the next turn over if we stop.
All right. Yeah, totally. You can do that depending on what you're trying to convey. I mean, how much
Yeah.
you're putting into it. You can just do that within the first day of back on travel.
It's mostly, asking if they are okay considering the blackened sky
Mm-hmm.
and the all the consequences that it brought around us. I was kind of worried. So.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you all head out. The rest of your travel for this period is uneventful. Rather, this day, this time of sorts, you finish off when you start to feel that tiredness take over. Rest for the night. Is anyone keeping watch?
Sure, I'll keep watch.
You'll keep watch? Okay.
Bubbles does not sleep.
Ron is always
This is
keeping
true.
watch.
This
All
does
right.
not mean I need to.
Salazar is old and tired. He is not keeping watch.
Yeah, so I guess it would be better to ask who isn't keeping watch.
Oh yeah, Phoebe.
Sleepy.
Ron barely gets a chance to sleep.
All right, so in that case, it's Ron, Aaron, and Sequoia's little scrunkle.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you guys. Sorry, Sequoia's huge
So all the
scrunkle,
brains of the group are sleeping.
Huge skunk.
massive scrunkle, enormous. But yeah, you guys keep watch. Nothing eventful happens. You get back on the road the next morning, night, who knows. And as you travel down this sort of road, this meadow that becomes once again a forested terrain, you travel for about 2 or 3 hours before you see someone near the road. You can see what looks to be a kind of cloaked figure, sort of hunched over, maybe out of breath, maybe wounded. It's hard to tell from your position. But what is Straladar's reaction to this as you are driving?
What do we see?
You see what looks to be an individual sort of hunched over, or hunched over against like a tree off the side of the road, looking maybe exhausted or wounded. You can't really tell.
Straladar would ask the horses to stop.
The horses stop. What do you do now?
Straladar, he will immediately get off the carriage and start going over to this this person.
Yeah,
So, you quite alright?
You say this, and the individual sort of turns to face you. You can see that it looks to be a man of human lineage. You can see he looks to be young, maybe his early 20s. His face seems to have a few tattoos on it of things you don't quite recognize. Unless Stroud, are you the only one who gets off the wagon, or does anyone else join him?
Well, I'm currently shoulder sequoiaing on Streladar because he was driving.
This is true.
I don't want to butt in, but I don't know. Might as well join.
All right.
In that case, I will stay on the cart because yeah.
All right. So then you walk up to this group of three. You see this man sort of turn over and say, hello. I apologize. I'm quite weak. I was attempting to make the passage from Flores to Suncoast, but I was robbed, and now I am but wandering. You...
Oh, that is horrible.
Yes, yes, it is
Uh,
quite unfortunate. You all...
wait,
This is a strange...
No.
Sorry, Prid?
Oh, yeah. Never mind. You continue first. I
Alright.
can wait. It's fine.
You see, he says, you all are a strange group. What business do you have traveling down these roads?
We're going to Suncoast, I believe.
We're wandering.
And
Sorry. Yeah.
no, you go on.
We're on a business trip though.
Business? Your wagon does not look like it carries any valuable items in it, nor does it look like it carries many people, so you're nor traders or slavers. Are you
No.
mercenaries?
Okay, can I make an insight check? Can I make an insight check?
Yeah, totally. Make an insight check.
We're friends of some sorts.
I was about to say, we ourselves are the product. Not slaves nor slavers. Oh, 25. Wow.
Wow. Talking to this man, there seems to be more about him than just a random sort of traveler from Flores. I mean, in making that travel, there aren't any specific roads to go there, so it's unlikely that someone would try to make the trek by foot, which leads you to the question, if all of his things were stolen, why is he still traveling? Why didn't he stop at a nearer town? There is definitely some strange things about him.
Streladar will look at him and say, "Why, are there no nearby towns for you to retreat to?"
You see, at this question, his posture just becomes a little bit more defensive and says, I'm unsure. I just figured Suncoast would be the best place to go.
That's such
You
a far
making
trek,
this
though.
trek alone?
Yes, I do not know. See, pauses. I did not figure to ask anyone else to come with me.
Well, you humans can sure walk.
It's a long walk in a long, long field.
That it
Yeah,
is.
Can I roll?
And I just take a gander at my surroundings.
Yeah, I'll say you don't have to roll anything. You can just see this is a densely forested area. A lot of wilderness. Might be slightly hard to walk through it if you aren't following a set path. Might make it dangerous as well with, wolves, bears, things like that.
Can I roll Arcana or religion on his tattoos on his face?
On his tattoos, I'll say roll religion, and I'll say due to your nature, you'll have advantage on it.
Oh, okay. That is a 14, okay.
On a 14, you look at his tattoos. A few of them, they're you can see like his tattoos. Some of them are just like, like you can see like there's like fire crawling up from his like, from his cheek. You can see like a what looks to be a religious symbol, and then another from a different religion. They look to not really mean anything to him, at least. But one of them, you notice on his forehead, there is a symbol of a dagger, which you would know to represent the Thieves Guild in Telendria.
And this is where he looks and he says to the man, "It's a strange thing that you weren't killed on the road. And it's... Thieves are notoriously unmerciful. And I've never been one to see a thief be kind to the prey that they look at."
I do not know of what you are implying, but I'm a mere citizen of this place.
Leave. There are
He looks
three
a bit wounded. I don't know if he can get up.
Find the nearest road. As he points to where it would have been.
Sequoia is going to point to where the cart is and just say to Aaron, the road is right there. I think we... What now?
You see this man sort of look up at you with these sort of pleading eyes and says, I have not much strength. Please, I do not wish you any harm. Just
Stop lying to me. You have the symbol of the Thieves Guild upon your forehead.
Wait. Can I make a medicine check to see his condition?
Yeah, I'll say make a medicine check.
There's just a chance that he is a shady guy, but this isn't actually a trap, and he actually did just get into like trouble.
He is very quick away from feeling his life go away from him.
Ooh, on a 20. Okay. I'll say on a 20, you can see, I mean, he has a cloak on, but you can see it is like damp with sweat. And you can see even now as he sort of has this composure, he is sort of attempting to not sort of make a scene with the amount of like panting he has. He seems to be extremely exhausted, not in any like sort of medical danger, but definitely maybe running from something or perhaps doing strenuous work, something along those lines.
Okay, Straldar is going to gesture for a group huddle almost.
Sequoia turns her head slightly closer to you. Like she almost falls into your beard.
Aaron's eyes are like in one and another place at the same time. He's not letting his gaze go off this man.
Aldar is gonna say in hushed tones to not alert the other guy to say, I say, let him on our carriage. If he wants to go to Suncoast, we take him to Suncoast.
We were headed for Suncoast, weren't we?
We're being...
Yes, exactly.
He looks very tired.
Exactly. Even if this guy seems off, if he tries anything, we all seem rather capable.
As he takes a deep breath and looking at that, I once again want to look at my surroundings in case of anyone else.
Roll a perception check.
I want to ask the stranger something.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, the trees are just a bit too thick.
I mean, you're even being in this darkness for 3 weeks, it's still not very adaptable. You are at a loss for if there's any movement or any creatures perhaps sneaking up on you, anything like that. Yes, you want to ask questions?
Yeah, basically, the Skrunkle is gonna get up into the fray, and Sequoia is gonna hop on top of it, and then it's going to crouch to just about eye level because you said the man was kind of like...
Yeah, he's hunched over.
She kind of... the Skrunkle's gonna crouch a little bit, and she just goes, I think we forgot to ask, what's your name? I'm Sequoia, greatest pixie ever.
Hello, Sequoia. I've gone by a few names in the past, but I suppose now you can call me Muriz.
Mirth. That's a nice name.
I'll just put it in. You see, he turns to you, Aaron, and says, "If you know what the mark on my forehead means, then I suppose I have some explaining to do.
We can talk on the cards.
If you have come to a
Exactly.
decision and you've decided to allow me to travel with
Yeah,
you,
that's what we were just hushing about how you can get on the cart.
Oh, I'm somewhat surprised. Your demeanor earlier seemed rather hostile.
No, this pixie does not know hostility.
Hey, that's not true. She kind of like crosses her arms, and the Skrunkle kind of like balls up a fist like at you, Aaron.
He kind of gives you this like look of like yeah. Before just looking back and saying,
I am not one to trust people.
I will admit, I did spend some time in the Thieves Guild in my youth, but that is did not fare well for me. I was young, stupid, and I wished for a
Rory.
way to get out of my situation, so I took the easy way.
Everyone has a past. Oh, well, please, I'll escort you to our carriage.
Yes.
Thank you. So you escort him. What do you guys say? Or what is, I guess, Ron and Victor, what is your reaction to seeing like the group sort of bring this stranger aboard the wagon with the rest of you?
Who is this?
Just a passerby, someone who is in need, and we have the ability to help those needs.
Oh.
Say, what is that? What is that thing on his? I'm assuming it's like fairly visible.
Oh, Ron,
Uh,
you know what this is.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh,
thieves, pirates, and sailors, maybe not pirates and sailors, but that sort of group tend to interact with each other somewhat occasionally. So, and this specific thieves guild, the reason why no one else could detect that it was a tattoo of a thieves guild at first glance was because it was a thieves guild primarily based in Telendria. But you, as a sailor, have had your fair share of experiences with people from all over Europa, so you would know that that is what that is.
So rival faction, got it. He looks this man up and down, and says, "No."
show some bloody empathy for once in your life.
He is going to get off from the cart and walk up to this man, and like get up in his face. Am I taller than this man?
You are.
I'm looking down into his eyes, and I'm saying, "What are you doing here?"
What are you referring to?
Been around. I don't know what that mark means.
So do some of your other compatriots, it seems.
You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
It was one of my first missions that brought me here. It was a heist. Didn't go down the way it was supposed to. Lost a lot of my friends and barely made it out with my life. I have no way back to my homelands, so now I just wander here. Is that what you wish to hear?
No, it's not. Say, where's your friends at?
I already told you. I lost them. They're now.
Mm,
What's the expression you Sandrillians use? 6 feet under.
not those friends. The ones in the trees. Where are they?
You see, he sort of raises his eyebrows and says, I spent a lot of my time trying to trick people. I'm done with that now, I can assure you.
Straladar's going to say to Ron, listen, even if he does end up turning out to be a trick, then we'll be able to deal with them. We've dealt with worse than a few bandits.
I trust the judgment of Straladar Ron. Don't bring the conflicts of gangs and other such into his company. I do not
Yes,
wish to
let's be
see it.
above those petty squabbles.
For what it's worth,
Ron-
I'm sure he'll be very grateful.
Ron takes a couple steps back and kind of looks around for a second before saying, "He rides in the front with me."
That's fine as long as you don't kill him.
And
But
Ron just
Wait,
gets.
which one of you is driving then?
Uh. Well, you see, I don't have land vehicle proficiencies.
Well, how about this? You guys keep each other company in the back, and I'll just get back to the front with Straladar. And the scrunkle is going to take place at the front of the cart and take the reins.
Alright. You guys trek onwards. While you're sort of traveling in the back, Muriz sort of turns to you, Ron, and says, your other friend seemed to know what this meant, and he sort of gestures to his forehead. But it took him a bit. You could tell immediately. Why?
Like I said, I've been around.
Fine.
Used to run some trade routes out at sea.
See, he has this sort of look of interest, almost. And he says, so, were you a sailor, or something else?
Privateer, technically.
You see, he has a little small smile on his face as he says, I see. What strange places we see now. What would bring a privateer this far inland?
He kind of like stomps his fake leg on the floor a couple times.
You see, he sort of looks
Surely
down.
that must be very painful.
Ah. Well, do you still yearn for it? The sea?
Never stopped. Not even for a second.
I can understand that. You guys travel for a while, actually. Another... Oh, do you want to do something?
Yeah, after like a couple of minutes, to like sort of like break the either awkward silence or the tension, I kind of just pipe in and say, a little doubtful, a little doubt in my voice, and say, so sorry for asking, but are you a wanted criminal?
Perhaps some time ago. I doubt I'm worth very much anymore.
Right, okay, so we won't get all arrested at this first town we get to.
I doubt it, and besides, I know how to go unseen.
Right, awesome to hear. Welcome aboard, I guess we have another.
Well, you have been extremely kind so far, so I thank you.
I mean, have you seen the sky and the trouble that is going around? I think it's the least we can do helping each other out in this time.
You'd be surprised what panic makes people do. Turns normal people into monsters.
Wait, it does? How does
A
that
turn
work?
of phrase, not actual monsters.
Oh, okay, good. I was worried for a minute, and then I started panicking. Oh no. And she kind of looks at her hands. She's like, so you're sure it's not? It doesn't.
It doesn't
She's
turn
staring at
people
them.
into monsters.
Okay.
No, I don't think you're a normal person anyway. I don't think I've ever seen a pixie this tall.
She looks over at him and she's like, finally someone notices. That's right. I am a very tall pixie. And then she kind of pauses for a moment and she's like, most people that I know have met a lot of other pixies. Have you been to the Feywild before?
Once, yes. I've... not
Ooh,
exactly...
tell me about it. And she's not looking at the road, you guys. She's turned around. Roku is like holding the reins. She's turned around. She's looking at the.
I never exactly went to the Feywild, but my group had some dealings with a crime boss who used the Feywild as a sort of smuggling route. We happened to
Ooh,
talk with
very
them.
crafty.
We talked with them on a few occasions, but I didn't really spend much time as an actual thief before, as I told you, my
I mean, being a thief is just another occupation, you know? And she like laughs and smiles and like, you know, she kind of like pulls like one of the like many like combed lockpicks from like her tool belt and then like she pulls out another one and she's like, I've met a few before.
I
They're
feel like
quite nice people, really.
Sequoia, I feel like you might need a little bit of practice to call yourself a thief.
Hey, I have practice. It's just that you weren't holding me upright.
Oh, sorry.
Have you ever tried picking a lock while you're suspended in midair? I mean, without your own wings, that is.
I haven't tried picking a lock ever.
And she kind of looks at you like, huh? What? Why not?
Because
it's
I'm
so
a law-abiding
useful.
citizen.
Well, I mean, it's really useful though. It really circumvents the need for a key in a lot of situations.
Yes, if it's not your property.
She blinks.
Alright.
Is there anything else you all want to do while you're traveling down this sort of road?
I was going to say one thing.
Mhm.
Before Sequoia had her moment. As he goes back and he looks at the sky, this just void. Blackness does change people. Not in an altering way, no. It's like alcohol. Any drug, for that matter. It shows a more real version of them.
I suppose your statement does hold merit. The things I've seen people do.
Especially with, as he looks at the mark and he says, I can only imagine with the clientele you were surrounded by.
Thankfully, I don't think I'm at the worst of them, but there were some unsavory individuals in my company.
It's weird as he begins to actually think about like Sequoia's. Just, she's always so happy, and he doesn't get it.
Sequoia seems a little bit like nervous as you two are talking.
Hmm. He kind of gives a glance thinking about that, and it's like, what is it? Aaron struggles to give a smile every morning, but humanity is a odd one. Elves even more so. We weren't even allowed to know what the dwarves were like.
At the mention of elves, Ron just kind of looks up at you and says, "What do you mean by that?"
Yeah, it's same kinda. Like I just kinda look at you.
Vixie says, back in my home, we were taught many things by the elves. Those included such as the idea of a caste system. Home was not good. We weren't told about the dwarves. They were mistakes.
Okay, you know what? I don't think that's that's an elf thing. I'm pretty sure that's just those specific people that you were talking to.
Ah,
Yeah, I feel like the Karandirs have a way of have a way with words that is a little scary at times. I remember when they came to court once, they were extremely intimidating. Those were just diplomats.
my family has an aura to them.
Ah,
Decay and rot. It runs through their very carnation. However, as he looks back and he says, maybe my view was skewed.
I am inclined to agree. Um, do you carry that aura like over, or are you good?
You see him like, was it like tense his hand or whatever, as he like the veins in his arms begin to glow this red crimson color. They start to go pink and white and black. There's this just. I need you to roll a constant note. No. There's just this air to it. This is not something which is natural, nor something which should have ever been passed down. It is dark arts of a nature that has not been taught or learned, but born. You carry it like an iron maiden. It is brutal. There is something to it.
That,
Sensation. Tantalizing.
that sounds really heavy.
He smiles. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Whew.
I just hope you use that for good and not, you know, the um the stuff that your family kind of told you to do. You are on a new path. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, he nods, but he thought in his head, he would have murdered that man. In cold blood, he would have murdered him. But it was Straladar and Sequoia's willingness to just let him just go on that it's not good that his first instinct is to murder someone. And he ponders on that before responding again, saying, yes, a new path. My choice is what matters.
I hope Kothe can guide you on the path of freedom.
Yes. Yes. And as he looks back at like the other two. Ron, I apologize. It was presumptuous.
No offense taken.
He's gonna like sit back down before just kind of taking in what Victor said.
I would like to note that through this like entire ride, Ron is just never never letting Murray's like hands out of his sight.
Oh yeah, totally. I'll say just make a perception check.
Oh boy. Perception.
With a 14, yeah, you don't really notice anything shifty about him. I mean, the cart ride is somewhat bumpy, so it's hard to keep your eyes on him all the time, but yeah, from what you see, he isn't really doing anything. With that, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, is there nothing? You guys ride for a few more hours. Until you get to a part in the road where you see a body just on the ground, and you look over and you can tell to those in the front, this is only the people in the front, you can tell that this is what looks to be maybe a guard or a knight of some kind due to the sort of metal armor, but you can just tell that they are just sort of dead on the ground. I can just put this down.
Card icon. P.
Raladar is going to turn to Sequoia and say, "Do you see that?" As he's like pointing on the road.
Ooh, bubbles.
What? Why did you?
I thought you said Sequoia AI.
Oh, I said Sequoia.
Oh, you said Sequoia. The AI bubbles its head, and Sequoia looks over and says, "Yeah, what about it? Oh my god, they're entirely on the floor. They're dead, aren't they?"
That I believe so. I think we should check it out.
Oh, definitely. And she kind of gets on your shoulder and she just goes, "All right, Bubbles." And can my little Skrunkle sprint over to like check it out?
Yeah, I'll just say, is it trying to be sort of quiet as it does this, or is it just
No,
being...
it just goes tuk, 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 tuk. It
Okay.
just runs up to it. And Sequoia just kind of stays near the cart.
Right.
It like you basically just did like a go fetch command, pretty much.
Got it. So in that case, as it sort of runs over, getting close to it, you can see it gets to about sort of here before both you and whoever else is at the front can see some motion from the bush and like the tree over here.
Ron is going to just call out to the front. Why are we stopped?
There's someone on the road.
Oh my, another traveler?
No, a corpse.
Oh,
They were a traveler.
I don't think
Ron
they're still
just kind of
traveling.
looks at Mariz.
What? Do you believe that I did this?
Wait, did you see that?
Straddler? And she kind of points over at the bushes.
You did.
Oh, god damn it.
Wait, doesn't
Get
that
out of the
use
cart.
detect magic? Maybe if you
Oh
try.
yeah, I can pull down my goggles and take a peek back. Is there any skrunkly magics?
Remind me what the range of detect magic is.
I'm just peeping what the goggles do exactly. I think it's just specifically to peep what kind of spell or magical effect is. So it's not really detect magic so much, just if there's like a spell I can sort of.
You do not. Yeah. Okay. So if you're just using the goggles abilities rather than detect magic, you can't really sense any sort of. You can't sense any casted magic coming from that area.
Seems mundane to me.
Buckle, can good old Crumbs do the rounds and see if he can spot anything?
Yeah, totally. If you could you like sort of map out like where it's going, or just sort of like point out where it's going?
Oh yeah, I mean down the road, just looking basically near where Bubbles is and like the sides of the road. So this area right here.
Okay.
Sequoia's just going to take out her little shields and her little bow.
Make a perception check for me, if you would be so kind.
Yeah, that's an advantage on this. So it's 16 plus 3, that's 19.
On a 19, you seeing through your owl's eyes, you first sort of make your way over. Oh, I guess you can't see that. You make your way over here, sort of looking around this area. Don't really see any movement. As you get closer to here, you see more rustling coming from the bushes over in like this area. And as you get there, you can see what looks to be a large clump or mass of like bushes and vines.
Oh my.
I need you to roll me a stealth check for your owl, if you'd be so kind.
Oh my. Yes, let me check real quick the stats because I cannot remember that off my head.
Owls are pretty good at stealthing.
I mean, yeah, they fly silently, so.
They have a +3, I think.
+3, yeah. Where is the roll 20? There it is.
The fact that they have proficiency in this, I can't.
That's only a 7.
Okay.
Oh,
That's an
no.
18. You can see this sort of clump of like growth jolt awake, and it's going to make an attack roll against your owl.
No, crumbs.
This one's a bit half-hearted.
Wait,
So
how high up is it?
Can you reach?
I believe.
Oh Jesus!
I forget how height works, but here I'll just move the. Let me just.
I mean, if you want to be able to see that mound, I'm guessing that your owl would have to be below tree line.
It is
It would
a
be around
huge creature, so I don't know
Oh, yeah.
how close you want it to be, but if it is within swinging distance, it will take a hit.
I mean, we'll fly like, I don't know, 40, 50 feet off the ground.
40, 50 feet. Okay, in that case, it does take an attack against your sort of owl, but it is not to a point where it can hit. But it has awoken, and you see it. I mean, the owl is able to see this thing's what you can presume to be its head of just writhing vines and plants zero in on the corpse over here and start sprinting towards it.
Can I roll something to see if my Skrunkle is faster at retrieving it than like the?
Yeah,
the
make
mountains?
make an athletics or acrobatics check using your little Skrunkle stats.
Cool. That is a 14. And you know what? I'll just overclock it just a tiny little bit.
All right.
Overclock it.
I'll
mean-
make a. So that's a 15 against. Okay, so unfortunately, it appears that the this sort of being is able to get there first, and what it looks to sort of absorb this body, like sort of wraps it up in its sort of vines, and what looks to like sort of claim it. Let me just
I know.
check something.
That's not good.
And with it, you see it turn to the cart. I want everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh boy.
Oh, lovely.
Here, I'll open up initiative counter.
Sequoia AI is about to get eaten, guys.
Let's
And just put my Scrunkle down. Where's Strellador?
Probably next year, so.
Yeah, -1.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
two genders.
Yeah.
25, -1.
There's only 2 genders in initiative, guys.
Why does it show 14 for me? I haven't even rolled yet.
Oh, I haven't. Hold on.
Why is my initiative +4?
I got a -1. Let's go.
Fuck, I don't.
Oh, it counts. Right. Cool.
Yeah, because it's a skill check, so you get half proficiency. on
There.
it.
I can't delete Shroudars.
Yeah, don't worry.
No. That's fine.
There we
I have
go.
an 11.
Let me just check these.
-1. Got it. Great.
Pokemon.
I
No.
got a -1 on initiative.
Basically, no matter what, you're going last.
Yeah.
Alright. So that is initiative. Let me roll. Oh, right, let me.
Oh my god, Strellador is more dexterous than Ron.
Yeah.
Ron has
I have
a fucking pack.
Strellador, I have a fake leg that only works a sixth of the
That's a
time.
good point. That's a good point.
Oh, it's more is gonna fight with us.
Oh, lovely.
Let me roll for the mound.
Love his
Oof,
music.
there's only 2 genders.
There really is. Alright, in that case, it does seem that Aaron, you are up first. Big surprise.
Ah, yes.
Strellador, you're my legs
Let me
today.
just check some
Enjoy.
scrunkly little things.
Yeah,
Does
go
it
ahead.
see- let me check distance from that.
Oh, we have 7 initiative.
Walks forth with a almost like his boots kind of clanging along the dirt path. Sees Sequoia there, or at least like the AI of Sequoia. He just puts his hand out and you can see his arms begin to glow. As I am going to ask that there's this fire that comes from it. This first in whites and bright crimsons, and I'm going to use Scorching Ray.
Oh!
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
2 attack rolls.
Yeah, roll to hit. That is 3 attack rolls.
That is 3 attack. 1, 2. That is a 9, a 10, and a 22. I believe 1 hits.
Yes, the 22 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 7 fire. As
Ooh. Yeah, you, if you want to describe it, go ahead, please.
it's this almost, it's this viscous, aberrant fire that just. The third one's, it seems that there was like, he was kind of just moving his hands almost as if he was toying with it a bit, but he does see Sequoia is in danger. Now that is, as I'm going to, that is the end of my turn.
Alright. Yeah, you send out this fire, and you see, for a second, as you burn into this thing, you notice, first off, it doesn't seem to sort of reel back that much, rather glaring intently at you.
Yeah.
But also, as you do this, what looks to be like the sort of vines sort of move around this sort of burn, and you can see for a second the glint of a scale.
Glint of his scale, okay.
As it is now Muriz's turn, he's going to move up here, and let me just check what he has. Yeah. Okay, so then that's... He's actually going to... So I can check the movement. That's 10. That's 30. He'll move up right beside you, Aaron. Let's check the range of this. And he's going to attempt to throw a dagger at the this sort of creature. Let me roll that.
Not care about long range.
Yeah, 21 still hits, so he deals 5 piercing damage.
Is that a sneak attack?
That is not. Because he does not have sneak attacks.
Okay, just check.
Okay, and that ends his turn. So Stralidar, you're up.
Yeah.
But it's a bit closer.
Are you sure I'm not the best at close range?
I just want to be near Aaron.
Okay. Okay. He'll move near Aaron.
Sure.
And then I'm going to cast. Yeah, I'm gonna cast.
He's casting.
Let him
Yes,
cast.
cast.
Let him cast.
I'm gonna cast.
Cut down!
And I'll cast Entangle centered around where the
Ooh. Yeah, totally.
I hate you.
It's easy to get pulled down by the troubles of life.
So that is a strength save.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. That is a 16.
That's a 14.
It's one creature, I
No.
think.
No,
Wait, no.
it's a 20 feet
Why
square.
is it a 20-foot range?
Well, it's
That's
difficult
so-
terrain, right? But it doesn't. It's just difficult terrain now. They
Yeah.
both passed.
This is true. If you want to draw out a little square where the entangle is,
It's a little
How
square.
do I do that square thing?
You grab
the
the
paintbrush
draw
and then do draw shape.
Yeah, it's a 20-foot square, so it's something like this.
That
Yeah,
size,
something
not where that would be.
Yeah, just roughly.
Okay, and while you're doing that, we will move on to Victor, unless there's anything else you want to do on your turn.
Like, literally, you
No.
just do that, and then boom.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was trying to get to the side.
Then, Victor, it is your turn. What are you doing?
Right. I will. Let me see some ranges for my spells. I think I should be good. So yeah. I will move up. Tap Sequoia's shoulder to give enhance ability Bear Endurance.
Oh God, what does that do?
You have advantage on Constitution check and 2d6 temporary hit points,
Okay,
which will be 4.
that is like 20% of my HP. Thanks.
And then I will inspire Aaron saying, love the fire idea against the monstrous plant, just do it again. And I will make it seem like your hand is a little like on fire.
Oh, as he does that, he looks back. Sorry if I'm interrupting. But he quickly looks at everyone and says, I don't know if it's fully made of plants. There was something more reptilian about it.
Concerning?
Interesting.
Its hide is false.
You are inspired.
Thank you. The difference between edgy Aaron lines is thank you.
OMG, thank you.
Also, by the way, if you want to use that on the inspiration on the damage roll, you may, because I have an ability that says it, you can.
Whoa.
Oh my God, Valor
I am
Bard,
doing
hello.
the Jeb Bush pose. So happy.
So yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Sequoia, you're up.
As I start kind of talking about the plans, and Jesus goes like,
Oh, well, I mean, it'd be great if we could figure out some sort of way to see what's inside of it.
and like just as she says that, you see like this crunkle just, and then it just starts flashing as she kind of looks away with her eye, and she's like, oh no, not the thaumaturgic chamber again. And it just like flashes and sparks, and it's basically just a scrunkly little fairy fire on this thing as flares basically shoot out of it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Nice.
It's so it needs to make a dex save.
Oh, it is not good at those.
Oh,
Let
you never
me
know.
roll a dex save.
There's
That's a
always roll
9.
to- Yeah, it's outlining everything in clear, bright colors on the Mount Baku.
Alright.
And everyone gets advantage on attack saves against it. If you can see it. And it outlines invisible stuff. And I guess the square would be something like, I don't know, like here.
Nice.
Does it reveal anything unseen?
No, it seems that what is considered to be the body of this creature is indeed this outer layer that you are seeing.
Cool. And then I have my Scrunkle disengage. And step out of the difficult terrain. And then using the rest of his movements, move over here to Aaron. Cool. That's my turn. And it just comes back and she's like, oh, I need to take a look at this thing. That my turn.
Private bubbles.
Alright, that ends your turn.
It does.
Alright, it is now
Why
this
should be so
thing's
grouped up?
this thing's turn. It is going to.
They're not known for their like outrageous speed.
This is true.
Especially in
going to-
difficult
Ganon
terrain.
bites! I love Thunderblight Ganon. Oh shit.
It's going to move this way now.
Oh my god, Breath of the Wild.
Alright, I'm gonna need everyone except for Victor to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, let's
Even
go.
me?
Yes, even you.
I am not.
Oh wait, no, not you. Actually, not you.
Oh.
You're good.
Oh,
My
okay.
body
Everyone
is
except for Ron.
blackened. It
Yeah,
shall not
Ron and Victor.
Okay, cool.
A con save, okay. I have advantage, so that's an 18!
18, okay.
Thank you, Victor!
No problem.
What does this thing look like? What is happening?
Let me just roll Murs' con save.
Oh no.
Also,
Okay.
did you mean Sequoia AI and not Sequoia? Because Sequoia is standing back while Sequoia AI is up there with everyone else.
I think Sequoia is on Strada.
I'm on Stelter,
Oh,
but I
never
still
mind.
needed to make the save. I'm like right here.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I
okay.
need to make a save.
Yes.
Okay. $21.
21. That okay. So for anyone who got a 14 or lower, you take 17 necrotic damage as you see the vines and growth of this thing unfurls, and the mouth of what looks to be a dragon opens up, and what could have been fire or poison now spews out a wave of necrotic death. As
Oh my.
anyone who failed the save of 14 or 15 takes 17 necrotic damage. Anyone who succeeded takes half, which is 8, I believe.
Bye, Maurice. It's been nice knowing you.
You see him look at this, like, horrified at seeing this power from such a being.
All right, and that ends its turn. Ron, you're up.
So as Ron gets out of this wagon, he takes a step off as his leg malfunctions and stalls as he scorpions onto the floor. Before immediately picking himself up, unsheathing his sword, and charging in. He's going to end up like here with everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to like come up behind Straladar and Aaron and kind of like put an arm around either of them, sword still in hand, and be like, "Oh, what are we fighting? Wow, that is a plant monster." And I want to cast Bless on everyone except for Mariz.
All right.
Actually, it's 3 creatures. Ugh. You nasty.
Yeah,
Choose who you
yeah,
like the
choose
most.
Choose 3 creatures.
Not me.
Do Aaron.
Aaron already got buffs.
Give him more.
Uh,
Trust me, we want to buff Aaron.
we want to buff Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll buff Aaron.
I actually
me,
shoot things, by the way.
And
I'm your partner in crime, Rod. Please.
Sequoia.
Yes.
You get one other person, I believe.
No, it's 3 creatures. Me,
Yeah.
Ron, Sequoia. That's fake.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, you do that. What does your bless look like?
It's a One Piece!
It's a One Piece. Okay. What it looks like is Ron just kind of walks up, and as he puts his arm around you guys, you smell the salty sea.
I'm awake.
And
Please walk.
you feel a little bit uneasy, like you're at sea, but it's a good feeling. Almost like you're being pushed in the right direction. And then bonus action. Do on my bonus action. I believe this is a bonus action. If I can actually look at the thing.
Paladins don't get bonus actions if you use the Skrunkle spell.
No, bonus action. I get a bonus action for my Sacred Oath.
Ooh.
Yeah. I will actually do. Is there anything? Do I actually have anything else I can spend my bonus action on? Because otherwise, I'll just do it next turn.
I do not believe you do. I mean, don't ask me. You're the one playing the character.
Yeah, no, it's literally just smites and other concentration spells. So fuck that shit. Yeah, I guess I just end my turn here.
All right. In that case, top of initiative, Aaron, you're up.
Burn
I'm gonna use. I'm going to use as my action necromantic counter.
Ooh.
On,
Hello?
I'm going to use that on you, Ron.
Oh no. Necromancy.
As you see, he looks and says,
Aaron tells you.
"And in return, I shall give my blessings." As
Oh.
The fuck?
so, basically, that is what I can do on that. And for the rest of my turn, he is going to begin glowing a bit more, as I am going to, as a bonus action, spend a sorcery point to gain back my spell slot. That is, I believe, 2. Actually, let me check. No, it is not. It is.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was about to say,
3.
Gibbo, I hate to break it to you, but sorcery points are kind of shit.
Yeah, they are. Hey. So no, instead I do my necromantic counter.
Alright.
Oh no, we've spawned Yenny. She's about to give an 8-minute run about wizards are better in every way.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, so that ends your turn.
Yes, that ends my turn. So that means that so basically, anytime something is attacking you, they need to do a charisma save. So yeah, cool.
That's a really cool ability.
Baku is amazing at homebrew. You are.
Thank you. All right, since your turn is up, you see Mura's unsheath what looks to be a scimitar and runs towards the this creature. He's going to make a couple of attack rolls, actually.
Okay, should have given it to Nora.
W.
So he'll make 2 attacks with the scimitar.
Oh!
Big.
Oh wow!
Okay, so
with a god.
so let's see. That is 11 slashing, then 6 slashing, and then he's going to make an attack with his dagger, which is a 19 to hit, and that's 7. Jesus Christ.
Why does
11.
this guy have multi-attack already? This guy's a fucking
He's
fifth
been to the
level adventurer.
Feywild. He's crazy.
He's story. Like he's got some stories behind him.
He's
gonna
got
get
plot
eaten
armor.
now. He's gonna get eaten next.
He's the cool NPC.
7. Yeah, he's my DMPC insert.
He's so dark and
Had
edgy, just
long
like Joker
legs.
persona.
17 plus.
That's
So
not right,
Wait,
that's
he's
not
Baku.
right.
He's Baku.
he's literally me.
He's
Let me
You
just,
see he runs up and unsheathes the scimitar and also unsheathes the dagger in his offhand. And he just goes to town, just starts cutting through these vines, showing more of these. Now you can see them in their entirety in its sort of like left leg. You can see what look to be green scales that you can assume would belong to a dragon.
Oh no. Oh no.
Human dragon.
Straladard, it's your turn.
Okay. I am decided to switch strategies from entangle to instead hold person.
It's not a person.
It is not. Unfortunately, it does not qualify as a person.
Wait, hold person needs.
I believe there's a
Like,
different spell
Yeah,
called
there's
Hold
Hold
Monster.
For that.
Yeah, that's like 5th level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
weird. Okay.
It's called creature. Almost.
No, hold monster.
Maybe anything
But it holds any creature.
Yeah, maybe anything
Okay,
plus five.
so Straldar is going to look at Sequoia and say, "Would you want to go to your metal tin can thing?"
You mean the marvelous work of engineering that I've spent my lifetime here in creating?
Yes, that thing.
I mean, tin cans are pretty impressive.
Yes, they hold a lot of good stuff, but that's not the point. Do you want to go to it?
I'm quite comfortable here.
All right.
Your beard is very soft and warm.
It's been a lot of time doing it.
I can tell. What's that smell? And she looks over at the monster and she's just like,
Strawberries.
hey, oh wait, right.
And she like points over.
Strelladog uses strawberry lotion. I love this man.
In this case, I guess I need to do something. So I'm gonna. I guess I'll do a classical little thorn web.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Whoa, you're still really far away.
It's a 30-foot.
Yeah, Thorn Whip is actually.
Thorn Whip is 35 feet?
Yeah,
No.
and it's actually a melee attack. Yeah, it's a really interesting spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 30 feet melee attack. It's really interesting.
And for some reason, they didn't give that kind of interesting like stuff to marshals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that
Oh.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
No, they're gonna introduce a new class in the next game. It's called the Pinkertons.
And it now moves 10 feet closer.
Whoa, that's optional. Whoa, it's down on our way.
Not do it, Straladar!
10 feet, you said.
It
All right.
moves, it moves 10 feet closer. I also cancel
What?
concentration and entangle.
Sequoia is going to like lean
all right.
back in the horror.
This is literally the Erich and the Kraken putting it.
Let me solo him.
let me solo her!
Oh, you're really lining up my next shot. Thanks, Straladar.
No problem. A
Are
little
we
high
sure about
five
this?
between the two. And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Thank you for that interesting turn. Now I believe. Let me just check the turn order. I believe it is. Yeah, Victor, you're up.
Anyone is badly hurt?
No. I mean, Straladar is, no?
So
Oh
like
yeah,
if
I'm
you're-
at 9 health.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
that man needs
yeah,
help.
Yeah.
9
Please.
health. That's like basically full.
Honestly.
Holy fuck! Take this level 2 healing word.
Big.
Thank you.
How do I cast from here?
You just roll extra dice.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can-
sometimes when you click on it, it also just asks you
Oh, yeah.
for like.
Also,
level.
we do Gibbo healing, so add the max as possible.
Alright.
Holy shit, that's a max roll for
You
both.
get 12 healing points plus, I guess, another 4 then, Baku, because you were doing that.
Well, I mean, another
yes.
4 per level, so that'd be like
Oh!
20.
That is 20 healing to you.
Oh my
Well,
god.
that more than heals me.
I believe it.
Yeah,
No,
very well.
I do believe it's just 16 because healing word is 2d4.
Yeah, but he's upcasting it.
Oh, because you have a Okay, yeah. Sorry, you have a +4 to your total. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and that is 20. To you.
All right, and then with my action, I will shoot a ray of frost at it.
You'll shoot a rate of frost. Yeah. Roll to hit.
14.
That misses, unfortunately.
All right.
Oh, you have an advantage though, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have advantage from fairy fire.
Oh, neat. Let me roll that again. 19.
That
Much
hits. Roll damage.
Will be 5 cold damage, and he is, I believe, slowed for 10 feet of movement.
You just slowed half of his movement. Jesus Christ.
Even
Hey,
then,
but he still gets in range with everyone pretty much, so that's
nah,
fine.
you'll be fine. Shambling mounts shamble a lot, you know.
They
You
do
see,
similar.
you like launch this ray of frost at him, and like Aaron with his sort of scorching ray, it definitely does do some damage, but not as much as you were expecting. Let me mark that off. That was.
Okay.
Does that end your turn?
I would like to, move a little bit sideways.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just out of the way of the like rush charge attack, you know.
Yeah, mostly because like he did the necrotic breath thing, and it was like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
I may die soon. This is
All right. Sequoia, it's your turn.
step 1, Kerpew. That's
What?
it's
What is that?
What am I
Oh,
looking
that's
at
bad.
right now?
I rolled a 9 and I rolled an 8, so I rolled a 1 and a 2. So that sadly doesn't hit.
That does not. You're correct.
Did you
With
make
a
a bless
13.
macro?
Yes.
Oh
This is
my god.
beautiful. This is so
Tremendous.
good. I love it when people do that. You know, you can do it for bardic inspiration as well. It's amazing.
Wow.
Literally, there is a standard button for it. And then the skrunkly little AI is going to like take a shot here.
Sure.
I'm imagining that Sequoia is shooting, and with the recoil, she like basically falls into Straladar's beard. And then this thing is going to give it a thwack. So that's a 19.
19 does hit. Roll damage.
So that is an 8
Ooh.
plus proficiency bonus, so it's 10 damage force.
10 damage. Jesus. All right. Nice. You can see this thing visibly is getting more sort of weakened and frustrated from these like onslaughts of attacks. Does that end your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. It is now Mound's turn. Let's just see. Oh, it's silly. All right. It's going to make. First off, it's going to make an attack against Sequoia AI.
Oh god.
That's an 11 hit.
It does not hit.
All right. Then it's going to make an
Sequoia
attack.
is very sturdy.
Oh, very nice. Then it's going to make an attack on Muriz.
The AI
Oh,
is
and
going to
that's-
butt in.
Oh, big! That would have hit.
But yep.
Nice.
Wow. All right. Yeah, that really fucks it up. But you can see that it gets intensely frustrated. And you can see there's like snaps of vines and growths on its back as two very pale wings open up on its back, looking almost too weak to hold the entire thing, as it is going to it's going to attempt to fly straight up. Both Muriz and Sequoia get an attack of opportunity if they want.
Oh, it's gonna fly. That means I can't hit it with my sword. No.
Oh god.
Is flying?
It's flying.
They fly now?
We can fly now.
Oh god.
I love homebrew creatures.
Oh my god.
I just realized one
Isaac.
thing.
Yes?
Can I make my owl give the help action?
Yes, you can. I believe it acts on your initiative, so just whenever your initiative comes around, you can do that.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind.
All right. So is Sequoia going to take an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, considering that grappling as an opportunity attack doesn't exist yet, it will. 14.
14 misses, unfortunately.
It kind of fails straight ahead.
Muriz is going to make an attack.
Oh my
That's
god!
20.
Whoa! Jesus! This guy is
deals-
so slow.
Well, the first is maximized, no?
What do you mean?
Are we doing crunchy crits here?
Oh, well, you guys are, yeah.
Oh, okay, not the
I'm
others.
not the NPCs.
Okay.
Don't
We're-
worry.
this
This
is-
is we are not this game.
We found out what
The
happens when you give the
NPC
enemies crunchy
reaction
crits.
Yeah, Dibbo lands.
It's real
Oh
fun.
no, the enemies do. Just NPCs don't.
Okay.
Love you again.
But you see this thing ascend straight upwards, hindered slightly from what looks to be the lasting effects of the ray of frost Victor has shot at it, but it manages to get a good 50 feet up.
50.
50. Ron, it is your turn.
Man, you really messed up my turn.
What are you gonna do, Ron? What are you gonna do? Do you have what's that spell called? Earthbind? You take that one.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, well, you know,
but
if he would
I'm-
get second level spell slots, but he doesn't because he's a half-caster.
You know, I will consider that spell in the future whenever I actually get 2 level ups.
Oh, but you know, paladins don't get to have that spell because they're fucking losers.
Oh my fucking. Okay.
Strada,
Question. Can I smite on a ranged attack?
So rules is written no, but I don't want you to be useless. So yes.
Big Baku moment.
Okay, so Ron is going to press past Aaron and Straladar, and going to go directly underneath where the shambling mound was standing.
All right.
Johnny up his butt.
And then he's going to pull a spear from his back and yell up at the sky. Come back down here! I can't smite you from all the way up there! And he launches the spear directly up.
Yeah, roll the hit.
If
Totally.
it falls down, you're gonna get squished.
The disadvantage is
19.
canceled out, so yeah, you get a 19 straight up.
Straight up.
The disadvantage from what?
So I believe the range on a javelin is at long range 60 feet, and at regular range 20.
But hey, fairy fire, we're
But
chilling.
fairy fire, so it doesn't matter. So yeah,
I
go-
actually don't
roll.
know.
It's fine. Just roll damage,
Okay.
and yes, you can smite.
You can smite.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'll smite. Why not?
Do it. Holy.
Let's go.
Nice. Jesus, you impale. You throw one of these javelins, and it goes straight through this thing's one of this thing's wings.
Oh, nice.
As it seems to be hindered and incredibly pissed off, but more fearing for its own life at this point. Aaron, it's your turn.
And as he reacts to him smiting, actually I don't even know what it is. Smite. I guess a trail of water comes up from out of the spear as it gets thrown, almost propelled, I guess. And then he goes, I guess I can smite you from all the way down here.
Okay. So
If you use the inspiration on the damage, we do giga damage.
I feel like this might be the opportunity as how badly did it seem to not be affected by the fire?
It looked to I'll say roll an arcana check.
Okay, please, this won't be on my turn, will it?
No, it's just a free object interaction.
Okay, that's 5. Cool.
Man, it seemed to not be affected as much as your normal attacks.
Oh, okay.
Seemed to still take the damage, but didn't take it as well. It took it better than other attacks,
Yeah,
basically.
that is one to ponder.
Yeah, well, I am going to then continue as it's looking beaten, it's looking broken. I want this thing to die, as I am going to use Scorching Ray and the Inspiration if they hit.
Ooh, okay.
And this is advantage, is it still?
It is still an advantage. Yes, this is correct.
And bless.
And bless, yeah.
Bless. So that is, oh my god, I need, yep, so that's a 24, and for the 11, I am going to use that bless.
Come on, roll that 4.
Is that a d4? Oh!
Ah.
So then
another
only two hit. That is 7.
Don't you got 3?
No,
yeah,
it's
3.
it's per array.
Okay.
So that is, and you know what? I am going to add on to this. What is the next roll?
It's 86.
6.
Oh!
So you do 6 more damage, but also I point out that I have an ability called Sketch of Potential. When used, like when you use the Bardic Inspiration on an attack roll, I will post it in chat by the way. It's a wall of text.
Oh, Jesus.
In the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or take thunder damage equal to the number rolled on the Bardic Inspiration die.
Whoa!
Thunder damage.
Thunder damage?
Oh god.
Jesus. Now, it could be lame and say that's you use it on the damage roll rather than the attack roll, but that's lame. So I will absolutely roll that con save.
Go on. So that is.
That's an 8.
You didn't use it on a
Oh my god!
He's on.
8. So it, you basically see with the Scorching Ray, you see a smaller, extra explosion of paint as it takes 6 more thunder damage.
Jesus. So how much damage is that total? Or is damage is math for the attackers?
So that is a total of, I believe it is, so that is 15, 22, so that is 28 damage.
28.
It is a vortex of necrotic fire and thunder.
Jesus.
Boom of death.
You guys are too strong.
You know how I feel.
Okay. Wow. Alright.
We aren't strong. We just have a really synergistic party.
Does that end your turn?
True.
True.
Yes, that is the end of my turn, as unfortunately due to me using a leveled spell, the necromantic counter is no longer a thing.
This is true. Alright.
I will cheer as you do that.
It is now Marissa's turn. Can't wait for him to roll 3 nat 20s in succession.
One more.
I mean, the thing is 50 feet up, so.
Yes. So let me just double check the range. I believe it'll be a disadvantage, but again gets canceled out because of Fairy Fire. Yes. So long range is. Yeah. All right. First attack is a 12, misses. Second attack is a 22, which hits. As you see, throws a dagger straight up and cuts a few of the vines loose. That ends his turn. So, Shaladar, you're up.
It's still in the air, or has it been like
No, it is still very much in the air and trying to escape.
how far in the air?
50 feet in the air, actually.
50.
50.
50. Okay.
50.
How high?
Man, I'm so high right now.
So
Can we
high.
get much higher?
See, Straladar, if you just spent 3 turns making a dirt pillar previously, you would have been able to hit
You
it right now.
see, and you guys dissed me for this, and
The Minecraft in Stradar is not real, you cannot hurt you. The Minecraft in Stradar.
The green top Shaladar.
Dirt pillar pilled.
Honestly, no, this thing isn't a creature, so that's not gonna be. And I guess I can't even use my shit. I can't even use my thorn web.
I mean, if you go a little up, you can.
Ah, yes, the geriatric jumping.
It's time. Strelladar looks
Go,
up.
jump!
Strelladar looks up and says,
You run up and pull
"It's
it
my
down.
time." As he starts, starts
No,
lifting the ground.
No, I need you.
Wait, if he runs
Don't
up here,
leave me.
can my Skrunkle boost him up or something?
Yes. I'll say your Skrunkle won't be able to boost him up to the point where he'll be in range for a Thorn Whip, but you can boost him up.
No, no.
Break your
Yeah,
hip and jump,
is
Strelladar,
going
do it.
to- he's going to-
He's an old man. If he falls over, he dies.
But yeah, he's gonna make a pillar beneath him. How is Sequoia looking? How is Sequoia-
She's like seething. You can hear her muttering under her breath next to you, like, "Oh, you think you're better than me flying away like this? When is your..." She's like seething that this thing can fly.
We will soon be in the sky as it.
So-
we, like,
so
slowly
to-
making
to-
an elevator of dirt.
To answer your question, Charladar, Sequoia is looking with her eyes.
Oh, haha. But did she look damaged at all?
A little bit, but like you've seen her be beat up worse, namely when she nearly died. Just a little bit scratched up, but nothing too bad. It's very minor. Like her hair is tousled up.
And I guess to have something to do with. I'll save it for later, actually. Then yeah, I'm just gonna end my turn as I make a dirt escalator.
Well, you got me higher up. That's
No,
good.
it's like one of
Can we
those
have
chairs.
Alright.
Eh,
That ends your turn.
Do we agree that elevator music always plays when he does that?
Yes.
Alright, Victor, it's your turn.
Literally.
I will. This is a Scrum Corridor situation.
I could try to bait it, but like there's no way it will take the bait.
Creation bot is so cool.
Thinking.
How badly beat up does this thing even look, Baku?
Pretty badly.
Just checking something real quick. Okay. So first of all, I will give some inspiration to. Let's say this time I will give it to Sequoia.
Okay. Her mind floods with your creativity.
Yes, use it as you may. And then I guess I will just shoot it with a crossbow.
Okay, yeah, rolled a hit.
I'm guessing I'm at disadvantage.
You wouldn't be because you have the advantage to cancel it out. And that hits. That natural 20, that hits. Oh, you would actually technically be at advantage, I believe, since... Oh, well, no, trigonometry, Pythagorean theorem, never mind.
Okay, cool. Let's see the damage. It's a...
My first one is maxed because we're cool like that.
Okay, so that would be then 8 plus 3, 11 plus 5, 16.
16. Damn. Describe your natural 20 if you would like to.
So I literally have this crossbow just because of like adventuring and stuff. At some point I've picked it up. I really am not that good with it, so I just kind of aim at the thing and hope for the best. And I guess luck is on my side today.
All right. Sequoia, it's your turn.
Also, one thing that I would like to do. The owl will just fly near the thing without provoking opportunity attacks because he has flyby,
Mm-hmm.
and he will give the help action for Aaron.
Oh,
Hmm.
thank you.
The next attack.
Yeah, you will be at advantage if Fairy Fire ever drops,
Truth.
and then just fly it back a little so it doesn't get in the way. That's it.
I have 2 things I can do here, gamers, and I need to know which one of them is funnier. The first one is shooting at. The second one, I had this really unhinged thought.
Oh no!
What
Do
if-
not let her cook.
What?
What if I just used Silent Image to make the illusion of a few very juicy, absorbable corpses over here to see if we can bait it to go get grounded again? Because I doubt these things are very smart.
That's
Yeah,
hey,
sure.
then I'd be able to hit it with my sword.
Yeah, and like I have no idea if this will work, but it seems like the kind of thing that Sequoia would do, especially given how she's just been inspired by Victor, as her mind races with possibilities, and she takes out from like her belt like a little quill pen and a piece of paper, and then she just holds it up, and she takes out another device, and a little spark comes out, and the light goes through the paper as a little drawing, like, the paper goes up in a flash, and then, like, over here in this area, just
Mhm.
a bunch of, like, dead
Wait.
knights suddenly appear.
Sequoia,
All right.
She looks
Yes,
over.
you had paper of your own?
She looks over and she's like, well, I mean, it was mine now.
Why have you been using? Oh,
Yeah, you can mark one of those down on your
Alright, yeah.
sheet.
God damn it!
Oh my god.
So I figured.
Yeah.
So that'll be my action. I don't think my Scrumquil can really do anything. No real bonus action uses, but yes, she felt inspired. That'll be my turn.
Fucking unhinged.
Okay. I'm so sorry, but it doesn't notice these things, these illusions you've created.
The 15-foot cube of tasty snacks.
Indeed, it appears that beyond its small, strange line of sight, it is completely blind.
Oh no.
As it is going to take an action to dash, and it is going to attempt to just get away
Oh no!
as it completely flees from the area. Ignore the fact that it's still halfway in the map. As it appears that the thing has left you for now. Initiative is over.
Straladar, even though combat is, presumably ending, Straladar seemingly just continues going upwards. He has a nose. He's just slowly on making his elevator go upwards.
Make
Sequoia
a
isn't minding
con
it.
save against vertigo and not falling off. I'm kidding. Don't do that because you would die.
I guess the illusions will just turn into tiny little piles of pixie dust over here.
Whilst that happens, I'm gonna go take a piss.
Yeah, we'll take a little 10-minute break. Come back here at 10 minutes at 6:55 p.m. for me.
Yeah.
Nice. I was just checking though. If I tried to attack it, I would have again rolled very low and not hit it.
You have inspiration, though.
Yeah, it would have needed the inspo.
So what's this on 2 hit points, Baku? Be honest.
No, so he had 137 at the start. He was now at 16.
Oh, I see.
You guys
Okay,
put in some crazy
I
effort.
was scared that it was going to be a 1 HP moment, like the hag, and then it was going to be like a
No.
whole thing.
No.
So what you're saying is that if it would have been on the ground, I would have murdered it.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm gonna go take a piss as well. I'll be
You
back
do that.
in 10 minutes.
Grr, no loot. Grr.
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 Grr. My battle goal.
My battle goal. No.
My only battle goal is is upwards.
As we're still going up, Sequoia's just going to go. I like the view, but and she's gonna point out down at the others. I don't think we have to go up anymore. She kind of tugs
What
on
do you
his
mean?
beard.
It's all the way up there. We keep going.
She kind of tugs on his beard, like, no, it's gone, and she kind of points at how it's like fucking beyond
What do
the
you mean? No, it
horizon.
was right there.
If
No, I swear,
Strada,
it was right up there. Oh, was I saying things?
No, it was just we were, and she kind of looks down and she's like, huh, they look so much smaller from up here, huh?
How
Strada,
many
if
feet
Sequoia,
up are you guys?
Like I'm imagining at least
20
30,
feet currently.
20.
Strada, if Sequoia is on your left shoulder, Crumbs will perch upon your right shoulder.
Wow, you could say that there is crumbs in his beard.
The smaller, puffiest little barn owl just.
Sequoia kind of
He looks very
sighs.
happy at seeing this animal on his shoulder.
Yeah. Have you do you know like the Pokemon Rowlet?
Yeah,
That's
it's like-
basically it. It's basically a little owl, or a little round owl.
Um,
You know, I used to really like seeing people down there when I was flying around.
What happened?
Oh, just made it seem more relatable. I guess I kind of lost my wings at some point.
It's
Oh well,
fine.
and she
Just
flutters
as
down.
valuable
Wait a
without
second.
wings as you are with wings.
Mhm.
You've still got that brilliant little pixie mind of yours.
She smiles at brilliant, and then when you say little, she goes like, "What do you mean by that?"
It's just a phrase. I didn't mean any harm by
She
it. My bad. Poor
squints
choice
her
of words.
eyes and she like tugs on your beard, one hand on the left side of it, one hand on the right side of it, and she yanks it a little and she's like, "Listen here, Stralador, I respect you a lot, but I need to have the same amount of respect."
I know, my bad. It was very poor choice of words. I will think more and ponder on them more next time.
Oh, well, I like that. Do you want to ponder more on adjectives for my brain
Yeah.
that are not little?
Brilliant. Great. Intelligent.
I was thinking
Smart.
voluminous.
That's a new one. Please explain.
Well, it's to do with and then she grabs another piece of paper, but it's pixie sized, Victor. So like you don't have to mark down another one. And she's just been she basically took a piece of paper from Victor and has just been putting it into little pixie sized scraps. And she just kind of goes and she goes, "All right, so basically, if you take 3/4 pi squared and then you get the form of a sphere, right? And then we can extrapolate that my head is roughly the same size. So," and she like starts going through the like volumetric
Right.
equations of her head, and like all the numbers are like way up, and she's like, "And that's why we can conduct that. My brain is approximately the size of a small swimming pool."
Ah,
Hmm.
I
Now my
don't
math
think
has
she-
got
I
to be
don't
off. It
think-
can't be a small swimming pool.
I didn't think you'd want it to be called small, you know.
Hmm. What about a
Sequoia-
very large kiddie pool?
Very large kiddie pool. I like that one. That is perfect description.
Mm-hmm. She's content with that.
Wait. Sequoia.
She looks down at you. Yeah, yeah.
This creature inspired me a bit to do something.
Mhm.
Come with me, and I will just pick you up and
Well, we're 20 feet up, so she kind of looks down at the like horrifying
jump down.
steep drop. Okay. She's going to jump down and just.
Yeah, I have my mage and just.
She kind of like grasps onto it for dear life, and she's like, "Oh, are you sure you're steering this thing right?
Don't worry.
If you
Okay,
say
okay.
so."
Traladar just slowly starts lowering himself.
Deet, deet, deet. Stradar is forklift certified.
He really is.
So, Sequoia, I put you like on top of. I put you on top of Sequoia.
Yep. She gets on top of it, and she looks down at you.
Yeah, and I tell you, okay, now place your hands up like you're holding onto something.
She puts her hands up,
And she goes like a table or like
More or less.
a very very large stool that I'm trying to get up onto.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
okay, and she's holding her hands up.
And I will use my performance of creation to create the paraglider, your size.
She's
Uh,
she looks at it, and she goes, "Have you been looking at my notes?"
Not quite, but the creature that certainly got flight just inspired me to do this.
Huh. She looks at it. She wonders, and she ponders, and she thinks for a minute.
It lasts a couple of hours, so you might want to have fun while you can.
She's gonna paraglide off of Sequoia and going an impressive, like, maybe 15 feet before reaching reaching the ground.
Yeah.
She's gonna
As you reach the ground to like, I want to say like around, like around.
yeah, right
or
around here,
something.
she's just kinda
He like, he looks at you and he looks down and says, "You're flying."
it's more like a glide, but my feet weren't touching the ground for an extended period of time, so I guess so. And she like takes the glider and like puts it at her back.
He puts his like finger out for like a fist bump.
She kind of jumps and she goes, can you toss me? And she like points up.
As he turns his like finger to a palm and he says, "Okay, as I'm gonna toss you now. This is where I roll myself."
So you guys are really running the session without me, huh?
Yeah.
Glad to know I'm expendable.
Okay.
No, you're not.
But does that roll get yeet me at approximately Rod's face?
No, it eats you straight into the ground.
All right.
He said, "Oh,
she's like,
sorry, my hands are still in killing mode."
and she's like, it's okay. My eyes were closed.
But wait, if you're
Like, you
wondering,
watch
I
the
made a
Iron Giant.
Well, and she kind of looks up.
You know when like he like when he like the boy is like down
Yep.
and he's like horrified seeing this. He's like, no, it's Sequoia.
Baku for reference. Victor used performance of creation to give me a very small paraglider.
Oh, very cool. Nice,
And
nice.
Sequoia's just kind of looking at it, and she's like going over it, and she's like, "If only had some sort of portable fire source." And she runs over to Victor.
Yeah.
I think we can improve this. I mean, not within the next hour or so, but and she kind of like runs past you. Sequoia scoops her up and like throws her again, and she like glides little circles around your head as she's like spiraling down, and she basically starts ranting about like the fucking the stuff that she would need to have some sort of fire or like a warm source to like stay afloat longer.
Interesting. I'm taking notes while I get crumbs to make some gas behind you to make you go farther.
She like crashes into the floor again, but yeah, this goes on for a while. And at some point, she's like, we could run. And, if you were to look down, Ron, you'd hear the pixie like yelling up at you.
What do you want now?
I was thinking, it has to be a sailing ship. At first, I was thinking a rowing ship, and she looks over at the sail and she's like, "But this is way more fun. We can use wind to make sure that we go faster, and to power the boat. We need to make sure that we get a
Okay.
sail ship."
Now, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
What if we did both? Because that's the normal thing to do.
She kind of like reaches her arms up, like give me a boost here, because it's like you're very far away from where she is, so it's like.
He reaches down and like offers a hand for you to step onto.
Right, and she kind of does. She gets on top, and she's like, and she kind of clambers up to your shoulder. And she's like, "Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Well, I mean, we could have a boat, but then we put another boat inside of it, and then one can be for rowing, and the other can be for sailing. And then I was
That's-
thinking we put a smaller boat inside that one, specifically for me with sails. So if I want to go somewhere, then
That's not how boats work.
I don't. But that is how ships work.
That's not how they work. I'm pretty sure that's not how they work.
I mean, we can make it work that way.
But then where would we put all of the cargo?
Interesting
'Cause if-
points. Back to the
Because
drawing boards.
if the ship is inside the ship, then where do we put the cargo at?
Inside on the deck?
But then it falls into the ocean.
So we need some sort of container for the cargo, like a cargo container, like a...
Like the cargo hold, which goes in the
Yeah.
belly of the ship.
Oh my
Which is
god,
where the
they're
extra
starting
boats are.
globalization.
She's like, what if we put a small cart on top of the ship and then we strap that to it? And that's where we put all the cargo. And then we can take the cargo off easier too.
What if we just had multiple boats?
That's what I was saying.
No, multiple
making
boats.
containerization.
I'm so glad we agree. Separate multiple boats layer. Yep.
And she like hops off your shoulder and gets back on her little scrunkle as she like fucking uses her paraglider to like you glide off to the cart.
Ron just face palms and like drags it down his face and like stretches out his eyes.
I give Ron a thumbs up.
You see Mariz sort of chuckle and say, "It seems I've kept my lot with the talented type. You seem to know your way around many things."
I think we did good, but I'm kind of upset that it got away. It might trouble some other travelers down the road.
Indeed, that may be a problem, but at least we do not have to worry about it for now.
Yes.
It's too fast. It's not like we can catch up with it.
Something
We
we
should
should
probably,
worry about
if we
too
find
much
it
of.
again, we should probably get some heavy nets.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Why did I never think to bring nets?
Can't beat yourself up for the actions of the past. Had no way of knowing.
You all...
I literally fish on a boat. Why would I not have nets?
Because you're not on a boat.
AKA hindsight 2020.
If only you had some sort of convenient mass production of nets.
Hearing the word mass production for no reason in particular, he looks at Sequoia and says, "Sequoia, what's your favorite color?"
She kind of thinks. I guess it would be a deep brown.
He nods. This is a secret
a
tool we'll
maple.
use for later.
It's the
What about yours?
Saska tool.
What about yours, Aaron? Kind of sits, like, leans on her knees. Yeah.
I always lean to the color red.
The color red. And she kind of like
I'm quite a fan of, as he looks back and says, I'm quite a fan of beige.
beige, and she kind of like takes out a little pen as she kind of like starts tracing it. And when I say a little pen, I mean a pixie-sized pencil. As she kind of starts tracing it, like doodling on the side of the card, and suddenly, like an image just appears, roughly like the size of your forearm. And it's like this pattern of like mostly beige with like a few red streaks through it, almost like veins or like splits or roots or something. Some sort of pattern like this, maybe? Or, and then she taps it and it changes color and the colors invert.
He looks at it and says, "You've made me a prized possession."
Well, I mean, this is just like, it's like plastered on the side of the card, and she's like, something like that would be nice.
He looks at, he nods and he says, "Can I keep this copy?"
It's on the.
It's
Okay.
like she goes, well, I guess you can have the card, but I can make you something with the same pattern.
Yes, please.
She nods. I'll think of something, and she takes a quick look at like the way that you're dressed and the way that you're standing there. Goes, yeah, I have an idea. I just need a large open flame. As soon as I get to an anvil, I'll get to it.
Okay, lovely jubbly. Um, well, okay, Barker, I'm gonna message you something.
Oh, go for it. This is big. I think this is one of the first in-campaign DMs I've gotten. Guys, celebrate.
Wow.
This campaign is now whole. We can end the campaign here.
How hard do you want us to celebrate?
I mean,
You know that song? Party Rock is in the house tonight.
Come on.
House tonight.
Everybody
gonna
just
have a
have a good
time.
time. And we gonna make you lose your mind. Alright. So you see, also you guys see Mura's just sort of shift. His face strangely reflecting one of maybe a bittersweet reflection. As he says, we should get moving. We do not know what else could be on these roads.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Oh, by the way, Maurice, you were incredible there.
It's
you were
been
spinning up a whirlwind.
it's been a while since I used my blade in battle, but I suppose
me.
I still have a bit of talent. He's not a DMPC. He's not a DMPC. He's not a DMPC.
Man, I
I
have a character talk about how he likes art and map, and immediately he's the DMPC.
Does Maurice look hurt at all?
He does not actually. He didn't. Oh wait. Well, he took a bit of damage from the necrotic breath, but other than that, he didn't take any damage. So he seems to be fine.
Okay.
He also seems to be a somewhat like stocky individual, like definitely not a lightweight by any means. And now that he has regained some of his energy, you can see he has a sort of athletic build. But yeah. Do you all return to the wagon, or is there anything else you do before you do that?
I'm gonna take a
Wagon.
little gander around us, see what it looks like.
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Okay, sorry, just wrong tab.
Grr, no, loot, because we didn't kill it. Grr.
A 21.
Whoa. On a 21, you look around for a bit. I'll say, first off, the things you can see. You look around in just sort of in your general vicinity, and you get over to this sort of area, and you are able to see something shiny on the ground. Do you pick it up?
Yes, I would. He is a curious fellow.
You pick it up, and it appears to be a dragon scale, one that had fallen off of this sort of creature while you were fighting it.
He takes it and he looks at it. He remembers.
My uncle, he told me of stories of dragons. The scales were metal upon flesh. And now I stand here with one. And yet I remember the stories of the books. Stories of the Dracolich. Those are fairy tales. Inane stories. So I'm going to put it in my pocket.
All right. Another thing you notice.
I'm not talking to anyone. I am thinking.
He's just cooking. Another thing you notice, rather than hearing or seeing, you smell something.
Oh.
From
Who started?
well, from deeper on in the forest, you can smell what it just smells like rotten wood, rotten flesh, rotten content. You can feel something emanating from the woods that should not be there. And you remember the meaning of your mission, of this threat to Suncoast that a nearby forest presented.
His face goes a little pale as he looks there, Ron, and he's smelling this and the direction. You remember the job listing of the forest which ate people?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Ah.
You can smell its filth, its decay and rot.
We
As
did
he,
just
like,
see that
points
bush
down.
eat someone.
Pardon?
We did just see that bush eat someone.
Ruth.
Oh,
And
well,
not-
not someone, something. A corpse.
You have a good nose, Aaron. Shall we follow the trail?
Yes. Actually,
He's like beginning to like really notice it. Okay, you know, with death and dead bodies, they do not smell like anything else. They do not smell like eggs. They do not smell like shit. They have their own grim smell, which, oh, personal experience, horrid, horrid. But basically, he looks around and says, "Is everyone doing right? Are people resting up to tend to wounds?"
You're cutting out, Gibbo.
Is
Oh.
everyone right?
Gibbo?
You
Yeah.
sound very muffled.
Okay, yeah.
Very
The
muffled.
yeah sounded okay, the rest sounded really muffled.
Let me just check something.
No, no,
Yeah,
you're
yeah, now
right,
you sound
you're right.
normal.
You sound good now.
He looks and asks,
Is everyone rested?
In game,
I'm an old
yes.
man.
Out
I'm
of
never
game,
rested.
In game, yes. Out of game, man, I'm not. Oh no.
yeah,
It's
no, this is where I would have thought. But
it's fine. We'll be wrapping up soon.
as he looks
Are you
around,
ever well rested, Joe?
No.
Maybe
I've
you
gotten
should-
4 hours of sleep the last 3 days in a row. What do you? Or
Yeah.
not 4? Sorry, 2
Have you
hours.
That's
considered
not helpful.
sleeping, Joe?
I-
You
yeah.
don't want to end up like me and Amber.
Why would I ever sleep? Like, what is wrong with you people?
I am legit feeling so sick
All
because
right,
I haven't slept.
let's move up along the session because it sounds like some of you guys are sounding a bit tired, a bit sleepy pilled.
Fucking nerds.
Before
Um,
that, he, oh yeah,
Yeah, no, go ahead.
he says to everyone,
Oh. Let's go deeper into the woods.
as he begins to walk off.
Alright.
Aaron, I will say the smell you had gathered was distant and was from the direction which the roads would take you already.
Oh yeah,
But was sort of clearly also like emanating from the forest around you, just more concentrated from the road up ahead.
okay. Then I will. Then we go there with a carriage. I'm guessing.
Yeah, if you can move along with the carriage and then like veer off on foot, that's probably the best.
All right.
And
Okay. So you move with the wagon first, and then once you sense, just so that I have an idea, once you sense that once you sense like the smell getting deeper from the woods, you would move on to sort of the woods themselves on foot.
yeah.
Okay. So then you guys travel for another half hour on the wagon, and in that time, the woods get more and more dense. You can see the trees almost stand neck and neck with each other at some points, and it starts to smell to all of you, not like the rot that you were smelling, Aaron, but more like sort of swampy, like a lot of stagnant and stale water has been festering and been building up here. You all, or I'd say Aaron, you get to a point where you can sense this sort of smell of decay and rot get deeper in rather from the roads, the forest itself. So, what do you say to the rest of the group?
Foul stench in the air. I'm not far from whatever creature has caused it. As he begins to, like, glow upon his hands. Watch out for each other. It lurks.
Thank you.
You think it's the same creature? Maybe just treated here.
I think is something far different. What we may have faced might have been a sign, an omen of darkness. But yeah.
Oh my.
Baku?
Mm-hmm.
I would like to cast Detect Poison Disease using my, feet, so it's just, like, for free.
Right.
Oh, lovely.
I would like to just kind of see if I sense anything.
You do, in fact, you sense, just ignoring the 30-foot limitation because that's dumb, you sense a general sort of diseasey sort of aura around you, and then a dense cluster of disease farther into the forest. But it's strange, it seems like it's ever moving. At some point it's on your right, then your left, it's farther up, then it seems to be at your level. It's hard to get a good sense of where it is.
Straladar gazes around, his head moving with where he senses the cluster moving. Disease is not stagnant. Poison does not stay still.
And we must make sure that it does not move again.
Should be careful. Maybe keep our distance. Make sure it doesn't infect us with whatever it has.
He looks at the
Yeah.
rest of the company, see what they're doing.
This is getting a little bit weird.
We've seen some crazy fucking things, man.
I kind of want to, as we like walk in, to the forest, I kind of want to just divine sense.
Okay, yeah, you walk into the forest. You sense, similar to Streladar, this feeling of undead. And again, similar to Streladar, it is ever moving, frantically dodging from place to place, almost moving impossibly fast. And you all enter into this bog.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Acidic rich wetlands, let's go.
Lovely.
But do you enter or not?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
All right.
These dark bogs, it's like it's home to him for some reason.
I need to know who here is going to be leading the group.
Me. Always.
Always.
I'm the best.
take
Because
a
I'm the best at
second.
making dexterity checks.
That's
No,
so true.
literally walking at your speed is easier for the rest of us.
Yeah,
I
true.
It kind of seemed like
Um,
Aram was like one in front to me. I don't know. He seemed like the one that
I
was supposed
thought
to turn
it was
into
in front. But
Oh,
if you
it's
wanna
not
go in
Sequoia
front,
because she's constantly running off in her all-terrain vehicle. I mean, on her Sequoia AI to just scavenge for mushrooms.
And surely it isn't the druid.
You
Oh,
guys
no.
know. You guys know that you can be side by side in front, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to be in front, feel free.
Ron,
but,
No,
Saladar, go
guys.
do some bonding.
If you ever want to do anything, everyone knows that all good adventurers walk in a straight line. Alright?
No, we walk side by side. We're not good adventurers. Sequoia isn't even in the line. She's somewhere off in the distance.
Yeah, you're just the rogue that is never there.
Except I'm not the rogue.
We all know from D&D memes.
Yeah, from D&D
Rogue,
games.
that's never that. No, that's Zoram and Sequoia. Not Sequoia. Kenzo.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean
yeah.
it is true. It is true when you like look at Sequoia, she's trying to lockpick a tree. You know, it's like you're not quite sure what she's up to.
Pick a tree.
She's kind of
Um,
quirky like that.
I might have to take mentor and pupil bonding time with Draladar for next session.
All right, so I'll say whoever is at the front of this, please roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, W.
We should have been me at the front.
Ah, this is where I...
Parade will never position correctly. This is just a fact of life.
You walk for some time, stepping past these puddles of filth and festering bugs. You keep walking for what feels like too long for what you're searching for, until you see the bog clear. And as you walk past this clearing, you end up at the road you started at.
Oh my god.
We have that.
Anyone who wants to can roll me an Arcana check or an investigation check.
I will roll my Skrunk with Arcana. 16.
15.
You guys all suck.
Oh, an intimidation
no,
check.
no.
Not what I was looking
Intimidation.
for, but interesting.
Galadar
Oh,
tries
no,
to beat up a tree.
Tyrant
You just go
investigate
grr at the ground.
is angry. Yes. And even then, I still.
The funny thing is, it's still the same.
All right.
This is nothing.
Is that everyone who wanted to roll one?
Yeah.
I think that's everyone that's already rolled.
This is true. Okay, in that case, we'll start from lowest. Aaron, you were too busy with the strange geography of this place. I mean, you have this intense love you feel for these bogs that you just can't put anything together other than, wow, this humid, temperate environment is so interesting. The relationship between the blood-sucking mosquitoes and the rest of the wildlife in this place is just fascinating.
This is the meeting point of marine and terrestrial processes. What the fuck?
Straladar, Sequoia, and Victor, you all... I mean, immediately you can tell that your navigational skills are too good to get turned around like this. There has to be something more to it. And I'll say, Victor, you can tell that whatever happened had malicious intent to it. Like, something did not want you to go any further.
Alright.
Does this feel like something that my cousins would have done, Baku?
Oh man, that's an interesting question. I'd say that calls for a history check.
Let's see. It's a 23.
Fey creatures like to languish in the fact that they have outsmarted someone. They
yeah,
really
we do
like,
a little trolling, right? They would have probably shown themselves.
Yeah, they really like to make people feel like they're idiots.
It's true.
This was calculated. This was surgical, and it was precise. Not very flashy. Not very Fey.
He orchestrated it.
Sequoia will
Going to, like,
bring
look
up,
around
like-
and look at the kind of, how we've basically gone in a circle and says, "Did we take any turns? I don't think we took enough turns to be back here."
Surely we're
Definitely
smarter
not.
than this.
Whoever did this is not doing a good job at making it theatrical.
Draladar is going to start walking directly back into the forest.
Wait, Strada.
Wait, Jaladar! And she's gonna run after you. Well, her scrug will
Ron or
Oh,
Ron
run
is
after
just
him and well.
Ron is just like Aaron, you were leading. Why are we back here?
He's saying, I don't know, dark magic or whatever. I have to find the old man.
Strada, I will give you a bit of inspiration if you are leading now.
You see. I was gonna say, you see, Muriz, stop and not join you. He says, "It seems whatever happened is strange to say the least. I'll wait here and make sure you actually show up."
It sounds trustworthy.
Ron
You
like stops and turns around and looks at Muriz,
yeah.
and he just like kind of stares at him, and narrows his eyes at him, and he goes, "No, not this time. Come on."
You know,
And he puts like a hand around his back and like kind of like pushes him along with him.
I can assure you this really isn't my scene. But if you insist, then who am I to refuse? And he will join you as well.
Well, Ron will say, "Well, neither is the valuables in our carriage."
I wasn't aware you even had valuables in your carriage.
Do we have
I have
valuables?
I have
Do you?
buttons in there and a lot of ball bearings.
I imagine most of your valuables you keep on you, or do you store some in the carriage itself?
It's mostly the stuff Sequoia bought, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm keeping the
the
party loot
horses.
sheet
The
here.
horses are
She's
very
keeping
important.
most of it on the carts, except for like a few scrunkles.
Okay.
There's also a bunch of books on the carts, just a bunch of college tech books and things.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Victor, how are you inspiring me?
I am giving you a compass. A drawn compass that just appears in your hand.
All right.
Ooh, very smart.
So,
Wait.
are you going to re-enter and reattempt to go further?
Yeah, Straldar is already marched fully in.
All right. In that case, and is everyone else following him?
You know,
No, we split the
speaking of-
party. Yeah.
Speaking of the party loot sheet, what is this berserker's cap I see?
It's a scrunkle.
It is a skunkle. It's something Sequoia
It's-
found while she was looting.
It sounds
yeah.
like just my type of item.
Yeah,
How about that?
it was the mushroom that gives you rage.
The rage
For about a
mushroom.
turn, yeah. But you know, instead of eating it, I could turn it into a scrunkle.
Aaron currently is in possession of it.
We love potions.
So who here is staying here?
Nobody.
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 Nah.
All right. You said you were splitting the party, so I got a bit confused.
No, I was
I-
joking. I was
I
joking.
forced Muriz to come with us.
This is true. All right. So in that case, Stralidar as the head, I will say roll a wisdom save, and this DC will be higher due to your past failure, or due to the group's past failure.
You have inspiration.
Lovely.
Oh man,
This
you're
will
gonna
be
get
fine.
pissed if it's high.
Roll.
Oh,
See, guys, we walked in a straight line. All right, it was one by one, single file line, and we did it.
Is this in character? This is in character, right?
are you gonna add
See, guys,
inspiration to
look.
this?
I mean,
it.
is it
Do
really?
it.
No, I'm gonna
Yes.
hold on to my little bit of inspiration because I have it. I have a 22.
No balls. Let's do it.
Are you gonna do it, or are you
I'll
not?
add my inspiration.
You also gain some temporary hit points if you do.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. What do I need to add to it?
D6.
This
Okay, a
28.
28.
you also gain 4 temporary hit points.
You walk for a bit longer than last time, going past that sort of boggy area you were before into more of a cluster of trees once again, before getting to yet another clearing, and as you pass through it, you find yourself back on the road.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
I'm
The
sorry.
DC is incredibly high right now. I'm so sorry.
What? A fucking 30?
Oh my god, it was.
Yes, it is a 30. It's a 30.
Oh, okay. So I
What?
guess this
What
is
the
I guess
fuck?
this is just like tier 50 contents. Cool.
It's DLC.
It's
You'll see.
You're not
At the
supposed to be here
surroundings,
yet.
As he looks around and just like
Okay, okay. It's impossible.
There's only one way to get through this damn forest as he starts to mold Earth upwards.
You're gonna Minecraft
Out of anger and
upwards.
spite, you moldered.
I'm sorry, guys. It was a DC 25 at first, but then you failed, which increased the DC by 5.
Well, this is why Baku has learned that bounded accuracy is very
Wait, wait, wait,
scrumply
wait.
because a 29 is basically the
28.
highest you can get in D&D.
As Strella gets like 5 feet up, he stops for a second and says, "Wait, Sequoia, do you still have that glider?"
She doesn't have it anymore. It only lasted for a little.
It lasts 2 hours, so maybe.
We just walked in here for I don't know how long. Do we still have it, Baku?
Yeah.
So yes.
How does Sequoia respond to Strelada's question?
I don't know. It depends on how many hours it's been. If she still has it, she still has it. But I don't know how late it is because I can't tell the passage of time because it's always dark.
You
He
just
said
said you
we
still
have
have
it.
it.
Okay, we still have it. Sequoia will show you the very small glider. It's pixie size.
Okay, get on my shoulder.
She'll get on your shoulder.
As he starts going upwards. Okay, so what if I get you extremely high? You glide over the forest.
Gliding over. But then what if I can't find you anymore?
Do that sparkly thing into the sky.
Well, I would, but there's just something about the way that this is set up that it makes me feel like there's some sort of force that's quite beyond our comprehension that just doesn't want us to go there. Like, I just get the feeling that it would be really upset with us if, like, I went there, and maybe this is just superstition, but, we have, like, a saying for this in, where I'm from, back in my village, and we don't want to mess with this creature. It's very powerful.
Philosophically speaking, I don't care what this great force thinks.
Well, I mean, just between you and me, neither do I, but it's listening right now.
Let's instead of being upset, guys.
I want to say the most terrifying part of that statement is that she is not wrong.
Guys, instead of being upset, let's get to Suncoast. We may be able to, see if there's like a ranger or somebody that can give us a little bit more information about the area, and then we might come back.
Well, it's just upsetting to me that.
Over it.
Oh.
It's so easy. As
But
he's
then-
still
but then I
right
won't
away,
be able to
Suncoast
find
is
you
going upwards
anymore.
as this conversation's happening.
I mean, but then I won't be able to fight you anymore. But that does bring me an idea. What if I used Featherfall while using the glider?
And
my
what
God,
if the
I need
moon was
to
made
win.
of cheese?
So
We can just do these what ifs for however long we want.
Well, we can. But you see, Sequoia would rather not get cut off from you guys forever. It's a scary world out there.
Let's say, Sequoia, I'm not risking losing you in a fucking forest. Let's
True.
not.
Can I go back down, Streladaris? I imagine we're like way far up.
Well, that kind of like he looks very defeated as he's like slowly lowers himself back down. It's just like, I just really want to go in there, I'm sorry.
I understand you wanting to go in there, but I just get the feeling that it will probably get me killed, and I've survived too long out here to give up now.
No, I'm sorry. It was a long shot.
I mean, as she points down, do you see how they look down there? How steppable they look like? That's what it's like for me most of the time, Streladar.
Strelada,
And she's going to take the glider and she's going to glide down.
as
She left you. You're going to glide
it
down
was
to the car.
literally only 10 feet from the ground at that point.
Yes, which is 10 times her size.
Yeah, that would be like us being like about maybe.
Imagine being
60
5
feet.
stories up. Imagine being 5 stories up, Streladar.
That's fair. Straladar will slowly go over to the carriage. He looks very upset about this.
Understandably so. It's also very upsetting for me, Streladar, outside of game. I love D&D.
I will follow Strada
See,
and
this is
say,
called determination to come back stronger.
No, this is
But
called
guys,
bad
we
DMing.
failed again, so now the DC is 34. we'll get in there next time, guys.
I would say to Strada, come on, let's not be too upset about this. I'm sure we can get some help in town, and if not, we can always try again next time.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you get back on the road?
Yes, I want to be in the
On the
plot again.
road again.
I want to have a cool
Yes.
cliffhanger for next week.
All right. Yes. As you sail off to, I guess sail isn't the right word, but as you set off to Suncoast, we will end the session for tonight.
No. It is a sail because we're on a boat and we're actually in the middle of the water.
That's so real.
One
Well, we're
campaign.
gonna be
For
the
real.
pirate